To 300% Cuphead, I'm gonna need to beat every boss on expert difficulty, get through every run and gun level without killing a single enemy, defeat a boss using only mini-plane bullets, A-rank every single level, go on a horrifying quest to max out an ancient relic by killing dueling angels and devils using only broken weapons and just 1 HP, and harder than all that, jump over this terrifying wall. How could anyone ever get over this? What the heck? This game's impossible, man. What am I supposed to do here? After looking up a quick walkthrough, I managed to get over the pillar, grab my first coin collectible, and exit the tutorial. But who is this little ceramic-headed guy anyway? Well, you see, Cuphead and his brother Mugman were two brothers who one day wandered too far from home and ended up at the casino where Cuphead bet his entire life savings at the craps table. But gambling is actually awesome, so it's actually going really well for him until the devil walks in, tricks Cuphead, steals him and Mugman's souls, and tells them if they want a pardon, they're gonna need to round up the souls of his runaway debtors. And first on this list is a giant potato. Dang, I guess they're really just letting anybody make a deal with the devil these days. He shoots out these rocks that we obviously need to jump over while shooting at him with our little pea shooter. But his fourth shot is not a rock, but in fact this worm. If we click the jump button while already in the air, we can perform something called a parry, which can be performed on just about any pink object. This not only destroys the object and negates any damage, but also fills this little meter in the corner. But after jumping over a couple rocks, it seems like my shots were in fact enough. He's done? Well, that was easy. It's gonna be, oh, nope, second phase kind of situation. Now, this garlic is even easier than the tater, as his only move is sitting there and crying with his tears being super easy to dodge. During this time is the perfect opportunity to use my super meter. Every time you shoot and parry, you'll build up cards, and each card can be used to fire off a special shot, which does tons more damage than a normal shot. Using that, I can easily take out the garlic, no worse for the wear. Is there more? God dang, they got the whole garden in here! Unfortunately for me, this carrot is definitely the hardest in this salad, as he's got these, like, evil mind control beam things he shoots, so I guess that's why he made his devil deal? The carrot desired telepathy? Is that a thing carrots do? Yeah, good luck shooting mind rays at me now. With that, the carrot goes down, giving me my first achievement for my first ever boss kill. But even though I won, it wasn't enough, as the next screen gives me a rating, which is basically like an opportunity for the game to tell me everything I did wrong. Wow, feels just like reading the comments section. Back onto the map, I walk south and find this little boat, which holds our next boss, Ribby and Croaks. They're like a less gay frog and toad. And these guys are definitely a step up from the garden freaks of yore. The short one fires off these boxing gloves at various heights that you need to quickly either duck or jump over. And this being my first time playing Cuphead ever, I definitely struggled with threading my jumps over these and immediately took 2 damage. But I end up doing enough damage to start phase 2, where the fat one turns into a wheel ramming at me, which reveals the, interesting fashion of the frog in the back. Bro, what the heck are those shoes? They got like toes. Oh my god. I got so distracted by his stupid toes. Freaking shoes. And I died. You know, I'm not even gonna blame myself for that one. I had to prepare in case he also decided to don a fedora. Back in the second phase, and Toeboy on the right turns himself into a fan, I guess? And the shorter one starts flinging orbs? What are these orbs, and how do they relate to boxing? Regardless, this phase isn't too hard. The fan pushes you closer to the other frog, but by timing your path with the path of the orbs, you can make sure they bounce right over you. What? Why has he got his gaper open? Well, I mean, I know I'm supposed to be focused on winning the fight and all, but after playing through 4,000 slop simulator games, to experience this imaginative hand-drawn animation every frame just is constantly putting me in awe. I don't quite understand what's going on here. What the heck? He guzzled him? He guzzled his bro! What? Am I supposed to play the slot machine? Are the coins good or bad? Ah! Okay, they're bad. But I can parry that. Okay, I can't shoot at this. Tiger? What the hell does that mean? What the hell is this? Oh, shoot! Okay, I was not prepared for that. You ever broken out your croak? You know what? Screw you, man. Okay, the coins are gonna start flying. They're easy to jump around. Parry that. Maybe I can get my 3 parries through the slot machine. What is this, bull? That seems bad. Okay. Oh, you just duck. Oh, no, this one you jump. Okay, I see. But you can get on top of them. If you haven't gathered it by now, the way this boss works, you have to parry the slot machine's handle, which then gives you one of 3 attack patterns for you to avoid. We've got the tiger attack that shoots out these orange balls, the bull with these fire rings you either need to duck or jump over, or the frog with a bunch of spinning rings for you to jump on. These take a bit to get used to, but thankfully none of them stop you from just spamming shots against the slot machine's giant hitbox. And after about 10 minutes of attempts... Okay, tiger, I hate this one. No dashing. Okay, if you just jump, it's fine. Oh, but it gets tight. Oh! Boom, baby! All right, let me see. Frog, okay. Oh my god, I forgot I had no more. I went to go super him again. Okay. Frog again. Okay, I have no supers, but that's fine. Oh my god! I went to go super him again. I was too into my routine. Yes! Defeat a boss with an extra special move, and I did it hitless. What? I parried! Oh, does that not count as a parry? Yes, here I'd learned that the game doesn't count certain required parries towards your total score, giving me a measly B ranking despite my immaculate hitless performance. Oh well, if I let myself get down every time I underperform, then I would have thrown myself off a cliff after my Internet Cafe Simulator 2 video. Our next challenge is a little different than the previous. As opposed to being a boss battle, this is our first run and gun level. Are there actual levels in this game? Oh, I guess so, okay. I thought this whole game was just boss rushes. These run and gun levels have an extra side objective of 5 coins that we need to collect. Picking these up are extremely important, so I make sure to not finish the level without grabbing them all. There's so many freaking things that you have to keep track of in these run and gun levels. Holy crap. If this is how it's starting out, what the end of this game gonna be like? Cut to me like fighting God. What the hell is happening here? Despite my initial overstimulation, these run and gun levels are staggeringly easier than the boss fights. And I beat this one on my very second attempt. My tip for those following along is shoot the bad guys and don't get hit. That usually helps me. And speaking of easy, next up we've got perhaps the easiest boss in the entire game, Goopy Le Grande. Okay, this seems easy. The thing is, no matter how well I do at this game, all the comments are just gonna be like, bro, he really struggled with Gingle Glangus? Oh my god, I got Glingle Glangus on my first attempt. Ah, crap, I got glanged. After doing some damage to Goopy, he grows and starts pounding on you with his boxing glove. But this can be easily avoided by dashing under him while he jumps. And then we kill him and a spiteful god comes down and literally smites him in midair and flattens him with a gravestone. Oh, and now I have to fight the gravestone. Okay, this game is hilarious. And not much else to say about this guy. I just shoot his face and grab myself an A rank. Another contract was collected. I'm gonna go this way. What's over here? Find a shortcut. Oh, that's funny. What's this, Axie, the Axe Boy? Hey, what are you looking at, my chip? It's not my fault. I've been busy fighting off those casino debtors. Now I gotta save up to have my blade fixed. So help me. I wish someone would bust that Dice King on one. Dice King something. Yeah, I forgot to mention this in the intro, but King Dice is the devil's second in command. And make sure you remember him because he's gonna be really important later. Floral Fury. All right, I'm gonna go in order. Last time I tried to skip around to the harder content first, I got 6 billion comments that told me, I don't know if you know this, but you're really supposed to start with the A-sides first and then do the B-sides later. Next up is perhaps the hardest level in the entire first world, Aeroplane Blueprint. Oh, what? There's a plane! Okay. The plane works pretty much identically to the standard controls, except, you know, you're in a plane. The only major exception is instead of having a dash, pressing that button now turns you into this mini plane that moves faster for dodging. So now it was time to take those skills and head into our first official plane level, Threatening Zeppelin. Oh, I like her design. She reminds me of that Steven Universe character. What? Okay, I see now. You need to shrink during that part. Okay. Okay. What? Oh my god. I have a bad feeling about this. This seems like 10 times harder than everything else. This is crazy. What? Oh no. Oh, what? Look at the fireballs. See, I don't understand that. He telegraphs the attack, like, insanely obviously, so the fact that I keep getting hit by it is really honestly sad. Alright, I have max meter now. What is that? What the heck? Oh my god, that seems good. That seems awesome. Oh, okay, they are all the star signs. So now we're, what is this, Capricorn? Oh, these things follow me! Are you joking, bro? Oh my god, these things are annoying. Holy crap. Jesus Christ! I hate this guy! Alright, I should have saved my big mega explosion for him, I guess. But I was completely correct in my initial assessment, as this level would go on to cause me hours upon hours of torturous resetting, making me question my very existence. But that wouldn't be until much, much later, as for now in regular mode, each phase has like 4 HP and can be taken out relatively quickly. While the arrows from our buff shirtless friend here can be annoying, the real frustrating part of this fight are the little mini zeppelins that appear on the side here and shoot bullets at you. The purple ones either shoot 1 bullet or 1 bullet that can be parried, and the green ones shoot this stupid array of bullets that I hate so much, but after like 3 minutes of understanding this boss, I make it to her final phase. Alright, what the heck does this mean? What's going on? Oh, this is good, maybe. Star! I swear to God, I wish I was making... Oh my gosh, you turned to the moon. I swear to God, I wish I was picking that up. My stupid rat brain literally just went, ooh, star, I'm become invincible. And I just flew straight into it. Like, the entire boss fight is like themed around stars and stuff, and I just saw a star. Ooh, star! Oh, power up! Luckily, on my very next attempt, I'm able to get back to that phase. No, not the stars this time. Okay, big bomb. Here we go. Okay, huge. Oh my god, okay, you definitely don't want to get hit by that. Oh, what the heck? Oh, how am I supposed to know about these UFOs? Okay, did they sense me? I guess. I have no idea. but I'll take that. Can she take damage in this form? Yep. I have it on good authority that the answer is yes. Hilda Berg! That seems insensitive. Now, while I'm eagerly anticipating the clan boss in the next world, Pearl's Harbor, for now it was on to World 1's second and final run and gun level, Treetop Trouble. And the level did not start out great, as I would sit here literally doing nothing, just praying that these shots will kill this guy. Now, how long do you think I'd sit here shooting at this dumb woodpecker? 30, maybe 40 seconds? Let's just throw dumb Shawnee up in the corner, and while we're waiting, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, NTE. NTE is the world's first anime supernatural urban open world RPG, where you get to explore through 5 massive city districts to try and discover the source of a bunch of haunted anomalies that have popped up around your city. And the best part is the game is completely free. The game has got tons of varied environments around the city to explore, like downtown CBD, amusement parks, school campuses, country landscapes, and more. And for those keeping score at home, it has been 30 seconds now, and yes, I am still shooting at that woodpecker. And luckily for you, NTE is launching with 15 different playable characters on launch. You can even unlock S-Class character Chiz for completely free. NTE is built to be a no-grind game. Most of the game's content can be obtained completely for free by just playing. But the game doesn't just have cool characters for you, it's also got tons of different customizable vehicles for you to dash around the city in, like scooters, go-karts, and luxury sports cars. There's even an official Porsche collab for you to pick up alongside your own Porsche racing suit. And you can play NTE however you want, from solo story immersion to online player racing to seamless first-person or first-person open worlds exploring. The game's got full NPC interactions, dynamic weather, types of day cycles, a full public working transit system. The city is yours to explore however and whenever you want. Now we're at nearly 70 seconds, and yes, I'm still shooting that woodpecker. And you can download NTE right now on PC, Android, iOS, PlayStation 5, or Mac with full cross-platform support. Head to my link in the description and download NTE today. Click that link in my description down below, and thanks to NTE for sponsoring this video. And yes, I still wasn't done shooting this thing, as my saga would go on for a full 95 seconds. Immediately after this is the level's first coin, which I can't seem to reach with my jump, but I do get an idea of a possible way I could reach it. Oh yes! First attempt, baby. As you climb up the tree trunk, you gotta avoid these bouncing ladybugs who have slightly irregular patterns, which of course means I take damage. At the end, there's a secret coin for me to snag, and then it was on to climbing up the tree. There are these little logs who shoot spike balls at you, as well as these disgusting beetles that you must avoid at the same time. Yep, but they must have forgotten that I'm like that Steph Curry movie that I'm 90% sure was somehow a money laundering scheme. Woo! Woo! He's so heat! Oh my god. I take it slow up the tree trunk, taking my time to kill all the log goblins before climbing up any further. And it's definitely for safety reasons, and not because this guy here looked like he'd call me words so horrible it would make a Michael Richards stand-up set look like children's television. But despite my caution, I do end up dying here, and I'm forced to go back to the beginning of the level, where I learn my progress isn't saved, and I need to collect that coin again. After accidentally shooting the one parry bug, I wait here for a long time before realizing, you know, I don't think they'll be sending any more bugs at me, so I have to keep restarting the level every time I miss. What? Dang it, crap! Which I'm able to do easily with next to no effort. I make it up the tree, and then I encounter this cute little guy holding a leaf. What's this guy do? What the hell happened? Okay, he dropped his stupid leaf, I guess. I thought he was gonna propel me up into that coin. I guess not. I guess I was way off on him. After effortlessly making it up the tree again, I learned that once you step on the leaves of these little bugs, they immediately start falling and a small bullet flies up at you. I take that information in and immediately use it to just straight walk off the edge into the unknown and die. Brilliant. I make it back through there, and at the end, I see a group of our little leaf bugs all grouped up for some reason. Oh, there's a boss fight? Oh, you're joking, man. They're putting a boss fight at the end of the running gun levels now? Oh, I did it. Okay. And I think I got all the coins too, right? With that level now completed, I had 14 shiny coins rattling around my pocket that I figure I should put to some use. So I head on over to Porkrind's shop. Here, Porkrind's got some alternate weapons, as well as some charms that give us in-battle benefits. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here. In fact, I didn't even know this game had other weapons. The first thing I pick up here is the smoke bomb for 3 coins. This makes you invulnerable while you're dashing, which maybe I'm just a noob at this game, but that seems genuinely insane and super overpowered. Then for weapons, in games like this, I always like to go with whatever gives you the most damage. So while the chaser says bad damage and the roundabout says medium damage, the whopper says good damage and the spread says great. So those are the 2 I walk out of here with. I head down south, and this little fish tells me that, wait, is she a fish that's fishing? That seems kind of messed up to me. Okay, cannibalism aside, she tells me if I ever encounter ghosts, I shouldn't bother shooting them, as the only way to kill them is using parries. Advice that I can't imagine needing for a long time. Oop, and there's a mausoleum right here. That's convenient. I jump over to the first ghost, parry him, and then immediately die. What? Yes, for this level, your goal is not just to make it through the stage and not take damage, but also to prevent the ghost from getting to this center urn in the middle. This is pretty easy, and honestly makes you feel like a god gamer when you're able to string the parries together. They do eventually send these these old tiny ghosts that move a little faster, but they're no match for the pink tornado. Oh, complete 100 parries. Jeez, that was easy. Victory! Yes! I saved the vase. Oh gosh, I don't know. Is that really the voice I'm gonna go with? I'm pretty sure this is an important character. She's on the goddamn intro screen. Well gosh, I don't know how to thank you boys for saving me. Where are my manners? I didn't even introduce myself. I am known as the legendary Chalice. Pleased to meet ya. I was searching for magic and got trapped by those ghosts. Speaking of magic, please accept this gift. It should help. What did she give me? You unlocked a new super. Oh, cool. Yes, similar to what we saw in the plane level, this is our first super. Now you might be confused because I've been calling those big blasts we've been shooting out this whole time supers, but that is actually not the case. Those are actually called EX attacks. A super can only be performed when you have all 5 cards filled, and it depletes them all. For now, we've just got this first one called Energy Beam, and that's perfect timing as we're going to need it, as it was time to head into the final boss fight of Inkwell Isle I, Cagney Carnation. Oh, I've seen a million freaking gifs of this thing. The spread shot is kind of fun. Okay. Maybe not the best for this fight, though. Well, this lobber is really funny. Am I hitting her? I can't really tell. Oh, okay, that was on me. Okay, but now that I understand what I'm doing, I think I can do better. I should probably telegraph her attacks really easily. She does. I don't know how I missed this before. I'm not even going to talk about that. The first phase of this fight starts out with the old pollen guzzler cranking out these seeds that then plant themselves into the ground. These then grow into these little flying Audrey 2 looking freaks, and I am glad I got spread before this because its much wider range makes taking out these guys much easier. Speaking of spread, it's absolutely great for this boss fight. Spread gives you a pretty short range, but just a way higher DPS. You'll soon see that this is like top 2 weapons in the entire game, and it's not even close. The amount of damage you can output if you hit all your shots is just insane. After doing enough damage, you'll enter the second phase where he either fires this boomerang or a bunch of acorns at you. The boomerang loops back around, which I always forget about, but the acorns are like little heat-seeking missiles that destroy you in seconds. Let's try out this lobber. Okay, that seems bad for this fight because like every single one of my attacks is being avoided. Yes, unfortunately for lobber, this weapon just seems awful here, as the arc of the shot means every single one of these shots sputters onto the ground doing 0 damage. Yeah, the weapon seems just like incredibly situational. Like I feel like I'm gonna struggle to ever find a use for it, but god dang it, I'm never gonna stop trying. They all hated you, Lover, but I believed in you. I'll find a fight where you actually do something. Now, for his third phase, Cagney combines the first 2 phases and throws seeds and her little hand weapons at you at the same time. This definitely took some getting used to, but my advice is to just shoot at the seeds as soon as you can, so you can start focusing on dodging everything else. A big thing I try to start getting the hang of in this fight is weapon swapping. You see, you can always equip yourselves with 2 different weapons at the same time, which you can then swap between with the left bumper. While I want to be up in his face to do damage with Spreader most of the time, when he starts firing off all his hand weapons, I need to jump towards the back of the level. If I just stayed with Spread, I'd be completely out of range of the boss, which is why it's so important here to swap to Pea Shooter so I can keep doing consistent damage. Using all these techniques, I'm finally able to get past that third phase. Okay, that seems bad. Okay, I understand. Oh, no. Oh, okay. What the? Oh, I was trying to use my super. I never even seen what it does. Okay, jump over that. Oh, come on. Oh, I've had enough of you, stupid walnut. I'm realizing now that you can avoid all that if you just jump, which really helps. You know, like one of the central game mechanics. You got like 3 buttons on your... Well, that's just messed up. Okay, about to get my super, right? No, I actually dashed. Oh my god, I'm a moron. Oh my god, I always mix up the buttons. Oh, what? What are the chances of that? Okay, I'm doing my friggin' super. Oh my god, that seems really good. But after about 10 more minutes of failed attempts, I managed to make it to the final phase with all 3 HP remaining. The main thing I realize here is that maybe I should stop being so goddamn greedy and move just more than 4 inches away from the giant demon flower and ping him with the pea shooter in the back instead of risking my entire life to blast him with spread. Because the sunflower's only attacks in this phase are these vines that take out just 2 platforms at a time, and this petal bullet they can easily jump over. With this safer approach, I'm able to secure the knockout, fully completing Inkwell Isle I. Oh my god, I perfected it. I didn't even mean to. My god, it's almost scary how good I am. So now we need to head to Inkwell Isle II, which we'll need to pass through the dye house in order to reach. It's gonna be that gambling man from the intro. Look at him. Well, ain't that a pip? Looks like you boys really put the kibosh on them debtors. You can head on over to the next aisle. Plenty more marks for you to lean on there. Oh, guys, hang on. Thank the stars I caught up with you. Your strength is growing. You'll soon be a match with that no-king dice, and maybe even the devil himself.
But you'll never get close to the devil unless you already have those soul contracts in hand. Only then will you get a chance to turn the tables then, my friend. So when that time comes, do the right thing.
Here's my question. Actually, I don't care. I was gonna ask a question about the plot of this game, but it doesn't matter. The point of this game is fight hard bosses. Who ever heard of a barbershop trio? If we can't find our fourth member, we'll never sound right again. Be a pal and let us know if you spot him, won't ya? Beppi the Clown? Oh, I'm gonna mess with this guy heavy. Beppi the Clown. Oh, never mind, I hate him. And hate him I did, as I would proceed to die within 10 seconds of starting this boss fight. I see. Okay, the lobber might be good in this one, because he's on the ground, right? You go pea shooter in slot 1 and lobber in slot 2. That seems good. Yeah, that seems really good. Oh, shoot. Okay, the lobber feels like it built up so much more meter. It's crazy. Lobber kind of goated. Hold on. I was wrong to... What the heck is this? Can the lobber hit him multiple times? Or that's not how that works, I don't think. What? From my perspective, the Jedi are evil. Oh! I think I need to switch to this. Yeah, the lobber can't really hit him up there. What? What? Oh, I got hit by that thing up there. Yes, it was here that I'd learned our little baby tutorial was over. No longer would we be going up against mindless potatoes and helpless, well, whatever Goopy was. Isle number 2 was a huge step up from the first island. In fact, I would not judge someone for saying that this is the island they struggled with the most in Cuphead. And there's no better intro to that point than the horrid behemoth that is Beppi the Clown. I don't know what is going on here. What does Lightbulb even have to do with being a freaking clown? I don't agree. That seems insane to me, but whatever. What even hit me? Oh my god! Oh, that's so fast! I'm getting completely owned! What was the plan, Sean? Damn it! I hate these stupid dumb balloons! Ah, come! What was I supposed to do there? What? No, what? The back shots! Mother trucker! I hate these stupid balloons, man! Dude! What? Oh! God dang it! God damn it! What happened? What the fudge? Oh my god, I farted so hard I got distracted. Holy crap. That was like a soul awakening. I don't even blame myself for taking damage there, dude. I think there'd be Cuphead speedrunners who would be like, yeah man, I would have broke there too. If you heard the fart, you'd know. So let's go over what makes this clown less funny and more I want to commit manslaughter. Beppi's first phase has him scooting around in his little bumper car, moving back and forth on the platform. After scooting around for a bit, he'll then dash at you, which you have to jump over. What complicates this are these little duckies floating over his head, which will hurt you if you jump onto them. Luckily, you can shoot these down to disable them, which is the only way to get around his dash. Hence why Spreader is such a good choice for this phase in particular. If you just jump anywhere near the ducky, you'll shoot it down, letting you pass without having to worry about accuracy. Overall, as long as you stay on top of that, this phase is a complete joke and you'll rarely take damage. The same cannot be said though for the second phase. Beppi inflates his head into a balloon and starts shooting these dog balloons that home in towards you. You can pop them with your shot, and that is easier said than done. Because while he's doing this spiky clown roller coaster comes barreling towards you. So not only is the ground moving, the balloon's homing, but also there's like these happy yellow people who look like they'd be on a shirt worn by that guy in middle school who always wore a Cookie Monster flat brim and pajama pants. This means you gotta be jumping over these freaks, shooting at the balloons, all the while trying not to get rammed off screen. Thankfully, Smoke Bomb is really good here, as it lets you dodge through the balloons and even the little yellow guys if you time it right. I'm pretty much guaranteed to take a hit in this phase just because of the amount of stuff going on. I am overstimulated. Please put down the Family Guy clips, Beppi. But there was one huge realization I made that made this section much easier. Can I parry this? Oh my god, I thought I was just pink for no reason. Holy crap, that's sick. Oh, and you can see it coming up in the background. I didn't know that. It's really cool. Knowing when the cart is coming makes this much simpler to manage, and not just for this phase, but also our next one. His third phase is pretty similar to the second, as that blasted cart still comes rolling through, only now Beppi has deflated himself and now sits on top of two different horses who fire horseshoes at you. First, he's got the green one who fires horseshoes in this like parabola-like pattern, with one of the horseshoes always being one you can parry. This one, in theory, should be harder. I mean, the movements are pretty erratic, combined with the fact that there can be situations that are insanely hard to dodge out of, and this is combined with the yellow hipster fold. But because I'm a complete fool, his other horse is the one that I struggle with the most, the yellow horse. This one just fires a row of horseshoes across the top of the screen in a straight line, and then come back around with the same spacing you saw them fly with before, and then slam down. This, in theory, is a super easy to avoid attack, but for whatever reason, I just jump directly into the horseshoe's line of fire every time. I do not know why. I don't know why I jump into that every time. No, I jump into it every time. Why do I do that? I don't know. Now, while I had a decent struggle in all these phases, all of them paled in comparison to the final phase. Oh my god, I got him so good! Oh my god, I'm on fire! Holy crap. I am literally on fire. Oh, what the heck? Oh, what? Did he... it didn't say knockout. Who's laughing? What? He turned into an amusement park? Whoa, the car came back! That was the final phase! I thought there was gonna be like 3 more seconds. Oh my god, that's crazy. The roller coaster carts just move way too fast in this phase that you don't even have any hope of standing on them. In fact, falling off these tiny platforms Beppi spins around is basically a death sentence. But this is not what makes this phase so hard. In fact, if it was just this, it probably would have been beaten in half the time. Because once the cart goes away, the true villain of this fight would emerge. A foe stronger than this foolish clown who stands before us. Introducing the penguins who play baseball. Okay, get down and kill these guys quick. What? What? I'm shooting him! These little freaks take up the entire bottom of the screen and throw homing baseballs at you on the ground, and there's no way to reach them from the platform unless that's it. Lobber! This is your moment to shine! Finally time to prove yourself! Okay, Lobber. Okay, Lobber sucks! Oh my god, the Lobber's terrible! Who is that? That's so bad! Oh my god, the spread shot's covering half the goddamn screen, and Lobber can't even hit like one enemy! It's crazy to me! Lobber, I was wrong to trust you! I'm sorry, Lobber, but I have faith. Faith that one day the era of the Lobber will be upon us. That the hero of the day will be the Lobber. But that day is certainly not today. Get spread it on, Lobby. You're best off saving your super for this phase. Originally, I thought you might be able to use it to take out the penguins, but it just doesn't end up working, as trying to get in there usually results in you just getting hit by one of the penguins. So really, you just want to shrink down this phase as much as you possibly can at all costs. After a total of around 75 minutes of attempts, though. Come on. No, not like this, not like this. So it's a sprinter. The penguins go. Yes! The penguins go. God, screw you, penguins. Oh my god, rested piss. Frick you, man. Holy crap. God, I'm so good at this game. B minus, you know what? That's passing. That's passing. That still gets like a chicken nugget salad from mommy. Next up, I deliberately head to another running gun level, as I'm hoping to secure enough coins for an additional weapon to more easily get through this next batch of fights. This one's called Funhouse Frazzle. What? Oh, it switches the gravity. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. I can tell you that already. This level's main mechanic are these parryable cards that you need to hit to be swapping gravity to avoid obstacles like these cars. Smoke Bomb is a gigantic help here, and well, in every running gun level, since you can just completely ignore some obstacles. Actually, I'm just gonna spoil this for you. Smoke Bomb is the only charm I use for the entire regular mode playthrough, and it's not just because I was too stubborn to swap it, it's just genuinely that good. Eventually, you'll reach this evil checkerboard clown that spits out cars. Alright then. Fortunately for us, this thing is no match for just spreader and some well-timed jumps. This level takes me about 20 minutes to beat, with most of my deaths being here because of these stupid giant tuba guys. I hate them so much. Do I have to kill this guy? Well, certainly whatever I'm supposed to do, it's not that. See ya! What? Okay, well, you got me there. They just shoot out this, like, really long tuba blast that just feels really difficult to avoid. With my only long-range weapon being my measly pea shooter, and taking down these brass-sucking weirdos just takes way too long. But this was 100% just a weapons issue. There are tons of weapons that I discovered later on that would have let me blaze through this one. But instead, I'm just poking him with a single spike from my spreader shot. I do eventually get through them, though, and after taking out one more door, I'm on my way with my 5 coins in hand. Which is really good, because like I said, I've been struggling with my current lack of weapon diversity. So I head straight back to pork rinds, and after looking at my options for a bit, I decide to completely forget about the entire problem and purchase 2 charm items that I will never equip a single time throughout this entire playthrough. Brilliant work as always, Dewey. There's a second mausoleum over here, and this one is just as easy as the first, so after parrying ghosts for about 20 seconds, I easily clear this. Though I am wondering how in the actual heck Miss Chalice managed to get herself stuck inside a second urn. Like, at a certain point, maybe this is just the way things were meant to be, but she thinks it's regardless and gives us our second type of super. This one is called Invincibility, and when you use it, it lets you be completely invulnerable for a short amount of time. But this, of course, conflicts with my central Cuphead survival strategy: do big damage and never get hit anyway. You won't need Invincibility if I never plan to get hit. My plan here was to take on another running gun level for the coins, but it looks like they're all completely inaccessible right now, so I'll have to do another boss fight. So I go with Baroness Von Bon Bon, and as I load into the fight, I feel an overwhelming sense of dread bubble over me. I cower in fear. 2 bosses remain before your demise. Well, no idea what that was about, but I guess I won't have to worry about it for a few more bosses. For now, it was time to focus on the problem in front of us. As a boss, Bon Bon... Wait, Bon Bon? No, please don't make me go back! Underlying PTSD aside, Bon Bon is a little different from our previous ones, as when you load into her fight, instead of fighting her yourself, she sends one of her minions at you. I will say they're breaking their own design philosophy with adding a pink... Oh my god, the Jawbreaker! That's really cute! Oh my god, a waffle! He doesn't seem that bad. Okay, he's not that bad. But this pea shooter is kind of annoying me. I don't know if he's a pea shooter or whatever he is. Oh my god, it's the little pea that's kind of... What? And beans don't even go with... Waffles! Not only does Bon Bon send out 3 different minions at you before fighting, the minions she sends as well as the order are completely random, pulling from a pool of 5. The easy of which is probably the Gumball Machine Man. He just scampers around the arena and spews gumballs at you. The gumballs can be dodged by, just using your eyes, and the skinny lad himself can be avoided using the smoke bomb. And just as easy as him is the first one we saw here, the Jawbreaker. The Jawbreaker just follows you around the arena, so it's pretty easy to just kite him around, shooting him in the back the whole time. Next up, who's it now? Candy Corn. Well, I guess we'll never know what he does. Well, okay, let's move on to the other remaining minion, the Cinnamon Bun. Who is this guy? Senor Cinnamon Bun. Oh, jeez. What the heck? He's jubing all over me. Dude, I didn't even mean to hit the retry. Okay, he's back. What? The range of... Okay, you need to switch to the pea shooter for this one. That's the key. Just my instinct is though he's used the spreader, but if you just switch to the pea shooter, it becomes like 20 times easier. Now, the Candy Corn is far and away the worst of Bon Bon's minions. She just flies all over the place in these patterns that make absolutely no sense. Like, there's no signal here. She just starts flying whichever way the wind blows. And these stupid baby corns that float around the arena, I just cannot stand. Because they float upwards, they're really hard to hit, especially with my goat spreader. Is this gonna be Candy Corn now? Oh god, they hate me. They want me dead. They hate me! But harder than the actual minions themselves is the way the fight progresses as you get through them. The first candy soldier you fight is a completely normal fight, letting you focus on the battle. But the second one you fight starts sending out those little walking jelly beans across the ground. This is honestly what made me take the most damage across my entire time fighting this boss. So often in this fight, you're gonna want to jump on the right side of the arena to avoid the boss, but if you're even over there for a second, a jelly bean just waltzes out like he owns the dang place and ticks your health down. Because of this, you're essentially forced to stay on the left half of the screen, which makes your movement options very limited. But all this pales in comparison to the madness that ensues during your square off with her third minion. Why's she got a gun? What is she shooting at me? Cotton candy? That felt unnecessary. But it's truly at our darkest minions that we come up with the most desperate of plans, as it was just 4 seconds after that brutally embarrassing death that I would come up with the most psychotic plan that a Cuphead player can think of. Maybe I should switch to the lobber. Honestly, it's not doing bad. Maybe I was wrong to be hating on the lobber. You know what? Maybe I was wrong to hate on you, lobber. You got some, okay, we kind of owned him with the lobber. Okay, it's kind of annoying that I can't take that bean guy out with it, but when I need to kill the beans, I can always switch to the pea shooter. Okay, you know what, lobber? Okay, hold on, I was only doing this bit so I could, like, cut it to me and being like, I hate the lobber, but you know what? It's actually gonna put in the work. Oh my god, how did I avoid that? Holy crap, I'm goated. Riley's. Okay, now it's time to fight you, I assume? Oh, that makes sense. Oh no! It's one of these now. One of those guys. Okay. Lob, all you got? No, Lobber! No, Lobber, you betrayed me! How could you? Lobber! You were supposed to be my always Lobber. Well, that was just embarrassing. You've humiliated me for the last time, Lobber! I refuse to engage with you ever again. I'm sending you straight to the Shadow Realm with the other abilities I never use. And speaking of abilities I've never used, I decided to try out my new superhero, Invincibility, to try and rush through Bon Bon's final phase. Whoa, I'm invincible. What? It didn't tell me that I was gonna finish off! That is so much worse than just having a regular super. Wow. That is so much worse. Holy crow. Oh my god, I can't believe how much worse that is. It's like 2 seconds of invincibility. Why would I want that? I'm sure there's gonna be like a million people in the comments. Well, actually, when you get to Glimbo Glamp's third phase, you'll be using the lobber upward, then you'll be best for... No, just shut up. Big damage do mean less time fight boss, bro. Bon Bon's third phase is the real problem of this boss fight. And it's mostly because I just don't have a good weapon for it. I mean, we already saw the complete failings of Lobber, so that leaves me with just Spread and Pea Shooter. The problem is that Bon Bon is chasing us, meaning we need to constantly be moving to the left. And she has a hitbox that's up high, meaning we need to somehow aim our shots up high both backwards and constantly. If only there was a weapon that could do that. Something that would shoot bullets higher than your character and behind you and had really good damage and, you know, had a really good EX move too. That would be like really cool, right? But surely they would never add something like that, as it would basically trivialize every single boss in the game, right? No, surely not. But because of this weapon deficiency, I have to keep making it to Bon Bon's final phase and fumbling there. Die! What? That's so stupid! That's so stupid! Are you joking? I just came out of my super! That's so dumb! Shoot! Damn, Maria. How many heads she got? How many did she get through me? Oh, the parry! Yes! Ha! A knockout!
Suck on my balls, boy!
All of those things are wrong. Cuphead doesn't have balls, and that was a woman. With Bon Bon taking out, the path has been cleared for our next run and gun level, Funfair Fever. This is definitely one of the easier run and guns. It starts off with the sentient trampoline that we need to bounce on to get over these little walls. And my question here is, what's the ethics on bouncing on this guy, and like, does it hurt him? Does he like feel my shoes digging into his skin? Does he have a soul? Or is he like an unfeeling parasite just meant to mimic the behavior of creatures in order to steal as many bounces as possible?
And why the hell does he have teeth but no stomach? What are they used for?
After killing some helpless clowns, I find this little variable sliding bell and get myself an idea. Am I gonna get a coin if I do it right at the top? After trying that for a good, and I wish I was joking, minute straight, I realized, you know, maybe this game that has never had a single secret in it might not actually have some hidden Easter egg from doing a meaningless task that has no visual indicators. And I move on with my life. The next section has got these little target platforms with balls shooting down different lanes, and if they hit the target, the platform flies downwards, which is really no problem to dodge as long as you look ahead. Once you get to the back though, there are these cannons which are the sources of said balls, so it's important to just take a step backwards, otherwise you'll get nailed. But besides that, not much to look out for. But of course that requires patience, so I die many times here. Eventually I take the hint and take a step backwards and kill it with my pea shooter. But once we're outside, we get to really the only hard part of this level, the floating letters. What's snacks? What? The mustard? Where's the mustard coming from? The pickles! Ah! Oh, come on, the ketchup got me. That ketchup crap. Ah! No, I don't! Crouch, 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 crouch. I'm going croucho mode. Okay, I hate these pretzel chuds with their stupid pickles and ketchup and whatnot and... Ooh, whatsies? No, not the mustard. Not the mustard. Hey, ketchup. No, duck under the pickles. Oh, that was sick. Come on, over the pickles. Oh, okay. They got me with the mustard. That's okay. Who's the goblin sending all this out? Die! You'll just leave us alone! Oh my god, you stupid dog. I got by a glizzy, bro. Lucky for me, I grabbed all 5 coins there, so we can head on out of that level. While waddling around the map afterwards, I look behind this bush and find the 4th member to a missing barbershop quartet who have been patrolling around the front of this island. Oh, they're barbershop poles. That's really cute. Oh boy, you did it! Well, a quartet once more. Gee, you must have run yourself ragged tracking them down. We can't thank you enough. Let's celebrate with a song. Oh my god, I'm hype. I love stuff like this.
It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside. Grab a book and get some air.
Wait, are they roasting me?
What are you waiting for? Why not take a quick break?
That is so funny, wow.
There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old
Oh my god!
you can practice your Lindy hop. Bum 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 bum, and maybe later sing with your barbershop. Why not take a little quick break?
That is so funny. Dude, you don't even know how much I have this in for. This is like hour 8 of whatever 70 I have looking forward to. So after receiving that huge middle finger to the face, it was time to head on over to our next boss, Djimmi the Great, our first plane level of Isle 2. And as I load in once again, I'm hit with that same sense of dread from before. Now even colder. The aura around me even tighter.
One boss remains before your demise.
Still unsure what the heck that means. I know I better enjoy this boss at least, because things are about to get real bad here real quick afterwards. And if I learned anything from my parents' 15-year-long divorce, avoiding your problems is the best way around them. And luckily for me, I spoke to this plane NPC outside his pyramid, which gave me an additional weapon to use in all plane levels, bombs. Bombs are...
Wait, this is just a plain version of Flopper! God damn it!
And yeah, that's just about as useful as you'd think. But enough about that, say hello to Djimmi. Similar to Bon Bon and a lot of other bosses we're gonna be seeing going forward, he's got a few alternate attacks that he can start with. I get this one homing cat talisman that sends out a single pink one you can parry. Though unfortunately for me, the other kitties are overlapping on the parryable one. Now I want to parry that. Oh my god, that was sick! Oh, is it over? Oh, we got him? Oh, oh, nope, there's still... Okay, what is going on? I have no clue. What is this? What is all this? You have to shoot the one with his face on it? Okay, understood. Okay, I am the understander. I'm Mr. Understood. Now I'm Mr. Dead. On my next attempt, I get this like box of jewels that Djimmi opens and throws at you, and this one is infinitely harder to dodge around, Jesus Christ. And don't even get me started on the pole phase, dear lord. Like the screen moving, the poles, and the spinning saw blades means you are basically guaranteed to take damage while trying to maneuver through this. But I do manage to make it through with just 1 HP remaining. Who's this guy? Oh my... Jeez, is this what is happening inside the genie lamp? What? I don't think I quite understand this from a lore. I'm sorry, I was so thrown off. There was a ghost inside a sarcophagus or something? What? That really confused me. We're gonna need like a 2-hour video essay explaining what's going on with this boss. What? There's a third one? What do you mean? Mars. What do they call these? Skit Mars? I don't know what they're called. It can't be Mar, right? It can't be whatever I said before, right? After a few minutes at this pole section, I realized that you're best off sticking to the back of the screen and moving at the last second. This way, you have much less of a chance of hitting the pole. From there, you shoot through the block and navigate through the saw blade center section entirely in mini plane mode. And this sarcophagus mode is basically a complete joke, as all he really does here is shoot a few ghosts at you, which you're able to shoot down. He also spits out these revolving Saturn things, which are really slow and very easy to predict. Oh, this guy's back. What's this? What? He's puppeteering his own Cuphead. Ah! That's just not right. Ah, he's using the lobber! Oh, that's okay. He's washed, guys. Oh my god, I'm sick. Okay, I suck. Use my super! I'm not doing this anymore. I took like 2 damage in this section already. Yes! No! Yes! That's over. Remember when I said it was over? It's actually never been more begun. What's that? He's got like eye rings or something. What? How was I to know that was gonna... What the flip? That's just... Okay, honestly, I gotta give myself respect. That was complete bullcrap. This one, I hate this one. You can't parry when you're in the middle form? When you're Widow, you can't parry? I need to throw myself into the sun immediately. And now my dog's upset. Look what you did, Genie Man. Yes, you see, my dog Farley is extremely sensitive. And as such, whenever I yell, he'll come over to my chair to check in on me and whine until I make him feel better. So we'll be able to tell how hard a boss actually is based off Farley's reaction. It should be a good scale throughout the rest of this video for us to gauge how mad I'm actually getting. Anyway, back to Djimmi. Now, the puppet phase isn't particularly hard by itself. I mean, the fake Cuphead just shoots a bunch of giant, easily dodgeable bullets at you. The problem here is that the bullet turbine is also going at the same time, which makes dodging things much more difficult. It shoots in this circular pattern that can just be so overwhelming to dodge around. But once again, the real killer here is that final phase of his. God gamer. He's got his mind eyes open. Okay, go. Who's got the mind's eyes open? Who's got the mind's eye open? Okay, it's this guy. That was kind of on me, honestly. Altogether, though, this boss is significantly easier than all the other bosses we fought thus far, and I managed to get the kill after just 20 minutes of grinding. We got this. Hit him with the explosion. My super! Okay, just look out for where he's coming from. That seems bad. Okay, it's coming from there. This is doable. What happened? Yes! Screw you, you genie chode! Oh my god. Let's go! Number 1 victory, Roy. Yeah, Fortnite ticket. I'm gotta get a life. I walk out of this level in high spirits, as I can use my coin-filled pockets to buy Pork Rind's next weapon, the Roundabout and Converge. I feel whimsy and joy in my heart as I strut into the next level with my new shooters and my artillery. But my joy and celebration would be short, as little did I know my time was up. I was headed to a place where there were no fun songs, no cool animations, no funny dialogue, no happiness. I didn't know it at the time, but the place I was headed to was devoid of anything even resembling that. Oh, how naive I was then, to stroll in here without a care in the world. Because what lied before me was not a hard boss. It was not a difficult boss. It was the hardest boss in all of regular mode Cuphead. A harbinger of the true apocalypse and the bane of my very existence. Introducing the true final boss of Cuphead, Grim Matchstick. That is really hard. What the heck? I hate the stupid fire. Shoot! No! Come on, man! What? Now that's just insane. What? Fudge! Ah, what? God dang it, I hate the fire guys! Bugs! Ah! No! It's no use! What the heck? Freaking... What? What? Oh, damn, Brattle Sue. No! Fudge! Damn! What? Oh. No! 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 Nothing could have ever prepared me for the pain that Grim would go on to cause me on this journey. Before we get to Grim, let's talk about the 2 new weapons I just picked up, as I'll be trying them both out in the fight against him. First up, we have Roundabout. Roundabout shoots out a boomerang-shaped projectile that shoots out a little bit ahead, and then loops back around and shoots all the way across the screen in the opposite direction. And I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, this is the best weapon in the entire game, though it would be a bit until I realized that. It has double the damage of Pea Shooter, fires in both directions, has infinite range, and because of its little path it takes upwards, no matter what direction you're standing in when you fire, your shot will hit its target. I mean, seriously, if you just turn around, which is absurdly easy to do, and even necessary a lot of the time, your shot will fly across the screen and whack your boss. It makes it way easier to focus on dodging the boss. Not to mention, it's the only weapon in the game that fires behind you, meaning it fills a unique niche that no other weapon really can. Converge is not nearly as good, but definitely has great situational use as it fires 3 relatively weak shots that go across the whole screen. It also has the rare benefit of having a piercing shot that travels through targets. While this can't unfortunately pierce a boss's one hitbox multiple times, it's great for bosses with multiple hitboxes like the gay frogs, where your shots can hit them both. Despite these revelations, you'll see me cycle through a ton of different weapons through my fight with Matchstick on account of me just trying about anything. But with that out of the way, let's finally get to the true harbinger of death, Grim Matchstick. And even just 12 seconds into my first fight, I could tell I was in for it. This boss is gonna stink. Grim's fight starts out simple as he's only really got 3 attacks. First are these weird hypnotic eye beam circles he shoots at you, with the last one always being able to be parried. This is generally the easiest attack of his to avoid, as he always shoots these right at you, so you can bait him into shooting them towards an easy to dodge area. Though this can make collecting that parry not really an option. His other main attack are these meteors he shoots out that fly in a parabolic fashion up and down the side of the screen. He can either fire off a single meteor or 2 at the same time. Having Smoke Bomb here makes this much easier to avoid. Now, on their own, neither of these attacks are particularly hard to avoid. The problem starts with the level itself. As you may have noticed by now, there is no floor to this level, just a bunch of clouds that fly away from Matchstick. These are what make this level so damn hard. You need to constantly be looking ahead to see where your next line is going to be, while also considering where Matchstick's attacks are flying. This is the sort of pressure that I end up handling really well. These flying clouds really become a problem when combined with Matchstick's final attack, the tail shot. His tail peeks up at the bottom of the screen like a 40-year-old coworker trying to slide into your DMs. It then bursts up and wiggles a bit. This is a very easy attack to avoid in and of itself, but the length of time it stays on screen is so annoying, as this basically segments off half of the battlefield. It's already annoying in and of itself to constantly be trying to not fall off these stupid flimsy clowns, and that's even worse when you don't get to use like half the freaking screen. But while you're likely to take big damage here, it's very doable to get past this phase alive, and I managed to head into phase 2 after just 5 minutes of attempts with full health. Am I going sicko mode? Okay, these guys can't be killed. Heard. Whoa, these fire guys suck. Okay. All you're focused on is the fire guys. Holy crap, these guys suck. For me personally, phase 2 is what elevates this fight from annoying to god awful. I hate these stupid fire freaks who just jump all the way across the screen and hit you with freaking pinpoint accuracy. Let this phase be over. I hate this one. I hate the stupid fire! I gotta get through that section, man. That sucks. I mean, that's pretty much the whole dang section. These fire guys come jumping at you with little to no warning, like heat-sinking missiles, and with the fast-moving ground, it makes them basically impossible to avoid. So to combat this, I obviously try to save my super for it, to skip past this phase as quickly as possible. But this brings me to a problem I've sort of been skating around with supers. You see, something strange about supers is that they don't pause the level in any way. I mean, you'd think for just like a big mega beam like this, the level would let you use it, and then continue on like normal. That is not the case here. Everything continues moving as if you hadn't used your super. Meaning for this boss especially, the super is incredibly hard to use, as once you're done with the super, the platform you were previously standing on has completely moved. This means most of the time after using it, you fall to your death, and your super literally gives you like 2 frames of invincibility. I am not exaggerating. 90% of the time after using it anywhere, you just take damage. But perhaps the craziest part about this fight is what happens when you get about halfway in. When they start sending 2, now that's just insane! One of the other big issues I run into in this phase is my weapon choice. For this section, it just seems so obvious to me that Roundabout would be the most effective choice, as just the way you need to be running away from Matchstick means your shots will perfectly arc backwards and launch into him. However, the problem with this is that the little amount that these shots travel up means that if you're standing up on the top platform, they all just completely miss Matchstick's hitbox. That means you need to hang out on the lower platforms to actually be able to hit Matchstick with the Roundabout. But of course, course, this is in direct contrast with the way you'd want to avoid the little fire guys, as the closer you stand to the bottom platform, the more likely they are to hit you when they jump up. This means a lot of the time you're actually just not hitting the boss at all, which of course only further extends the length of this phase. Now, of course, through all this, there was lots of yelling and screaming to be had by me. You know, in the way that a normal late 20-year-old male should be reacting to a children's video game. And of course, this was bringing us to unprecedented levels of Farley upset meter. But I finally managed to settle him down. And with the slumbering giant now on my lap, I plowed through the first phase without taking a single hit. I mean, with 3 HP, this is my moment to succeed. But it was only in my excitement that I realized disaster was waiting for me. Farley, why are you getting up now? Farley, please, come on. Farley, why? Why? Oh, you're so cute, though. Why did you have to get up during that? That was the best I've ever done. Completely ruined my flow, buddy. After another 10 minutes of attempts, I managed to get a run that is going really well. I mean, I had done massive damage to Matchstick. I must be getting close to passing this god-awful section. Until... No! I was literally getting to the next phase. 1, 2, 3, you better flee. I don't even know what that means. But within just 5 more minutes of grinding, I'd have another god run.
No! The stupid fire folk!
Isn't that what those Game of Thrones fans call themselves or something? Or is that nudists?
Ah! Oh, I got him! Oh my god. Oh, that's what they meant! Oh, no! Come on, man. I'm so close to hitting a special. Oh, no! Dude. Oh, yeah. I don't... special might have gotten me there. I don't know. Nothing could have prepared me for the pure evil that lies within this third phase. The main thing here is these little orange balls he shoots out, and if one of your bullets accidentally hits one of them, they will explode in a cross-like fashion, basically ensuring you take damage. Now, this is a stark contrast from the rest of the game, as there is literally no other time in the history of Cuphead where you don't have to just be hold spamming down your button as much as possible. I mean, the game is really balanced around that fact, with your shots doing somewhat minimal damage, just really slowly whittling the boss down. But that's not all you need to be prepped for. No! It shoots fire! Since when? Since when does he shoot fire? The thing is, you need to spam shots, but when you hit shots, it hits the thing and then it blows it up. That's quite difficult. Dang, you really can't get them things hit, and then if you get a hit, then they go everywhere, and then it's hard. I try for so long to get past this third phase, but with the amount of projectiles Matchstick fires at you and the speed at which he whips that fire out, I just could not do it. Not to mention, most of the time I've been so whittled down by the other 2 phases, I'm only coming in here with a single HP. I sit here for 2 straight hours, not making a single inch of progress. I felt beyond lost and confused, and just convinced I was never gonna finish this video. It felt like no matter how many times I tried taking out this stupid, dopey-looking dragon, I just wasn't getting any better. In fact, it felt like I was getting worse. Numb to his traditional movements, apathetic and fine to just take damage, not even reaching the third phase anymore. I try every single weapon in my arsenal. The easy aiming of the pea shooter, the consistent damage of the roundabout, the damage potential of spread, the giant hitbox of converge. None of them working. But it's then that I get an idea. An insane, messed up idea that I just can't shake off. What if there was a weapon with really high damage to easily breeze through the phases? A weapon with a low fire rate so you could reduce your chances of hitting Matchstick's stupid exploding fireballs. A weapon that actually obeys gravity, as that would allow you to nail every shot, as you need to stand on top of the stage while Matchstick floats to the bottom. Wait, could it be? Lobber, could it finally be your moment? I try it out and oh my god, it's actually doing well. It's actually doing really well. It's like this weapon was perfectly forged for this specific fight. I mean, seriously. The usual downsides all work like upsides here, and the EX shot is perfectly aimed to bonk him on the head, while being one of the most damaging EXs in the entire game. Lobber, I'm sorry for ever doubting you. Just 10 minutes after swapping to Lobber, I make it further in the third phase than I ever had. Before, I was completely unable to use my super for fear of just taking 6 billion damage upon landing. But now I can easily spam EXs and blast through these phases as quickly as possible. Okay, the fire. He's doing it again! He does it twice! Are you joking? But on the very next time I make it to phase 3, yes! Oh my god! That was rough, bro. The lobber helped a lot, though. And with that, Matchstick was forever put to bed. You know, until I have to come back to earn my A rank and beat him on expert. But that's a problem for future Shawnee. For now, just a single boss remained on Inkwell Isle 2, Wally Warbles. Is this guy, like, stuck inside the birdhouse? Is this actually the grim lore behind Cuphead? Thanks for watching. Actually, the game theory title would be more like, Cuphead's actually the villain. Wally's first phase starts out pretty simple, with him just firing these eggs at you that
that shatter into 3 pieces. Which brings up the question, is he like firing his own children at us? And if Wally's a male bird, then how the heck is he even making these eggs? There are also these tiny baby birds with nails on their heads flying by, and they're pretty easy to just ignore altogether. Once you get to the second phase though, Wally starts firing an army of feathers at you that you need to find a way to thread your plane through.
Oh my god! I feel like I'm in Beautiful Mind! I'm solving freaking equations on the windshield wiper! Holy crap!
This phase definitely takes some getting used to. I mean, it's a lot on screen all at once, but after a couple attempts, you realize that since they're being fired in the same pattern, you can kind of just make small adjustments here and there and you'll skate through just fine. If you're making these huge movements, then yeah, you're gonna get hit. And if you're in a bad spot, you can always just go mini plane mode. But where things start getting real is once we're past this phase.
Oh, I shaved him. Oh, I made him give birth.
Now this phase is definitely the most difficult, as Wally's son protects him with these 5 rotating Yoshi eggs that completely block shots. Then he flies around shooting his parry gun at you. Similar to what I was saying about Roundabout on the second phase of Matchstick, this phase is so tough because the lack of connecting shots just means this fight takes that much longer. But I managed to power through and make it onto the final phase.
Oh, he's back! Oh, I gotta switch to this one.
What, the pills explode?
Aw, dang it.
I hate those godforsaken pills so much, as their travel path just feels completely random and unpredictable. They just get launched up and then decide to separate whenever the hell they feel like it.
How am I supposed to know the direction that goes in? Are you crazy?
All in all, though, this fight is pretty easy, and I blast through it in just 15 minutes. Just make sure you're swapping to the grenades on the final phase, and you'll be fine. With that, we had completed Inkwell Isle 2, and could head on to Die House 2.
Looks like I might have underestimated you bums. You gave it to them debtors, but good. You gave it to them debtors, but good. Go on over to the next whatever. Lots of fun times waiting for you over there. The little mugs have some fight in them, I'll say that much. They're making mincemeat out of them debtors. You see, I knew there was something special about them fellas. Well, don't be too sure just yet, boss. I think there might be something fishy about these two. Don't blow your load, Deece. Holy crap, I didn't read a single word of those. I didn't read a single one of those words right. Now don't go blowing your wig, Dice. If those two little finks? Am I allowed to say that? If those two little finks try anything, I'll be waiting.
The first thing I do upon entering Inkwell Isle 3 is look for a run and gun level, of which there are none, of course, so I head towards this giant hotel to start a fight with Rumor Honeybottoms.
Rumor Honeybottoms. Oh my god, okay, this is kind of hard to see. Okay, it's like a bunch of bees. Oh my god, how am I supposed, what's going on? There's like a million things on the screen. Oh my god. What? Well, I got that parry at least. Oh my god, this is complicated.
Yeah, the first thing I noticed about this boss fight here is that there's just so much happening on screen at once. Like, first we had this giant queen bee appear from the ceiling, and then she just leaves. I guess she's going somewhere. Then a policeman walks in. He starts hurling bombs at us.
Which, like, okay, wait, actually that part makes sense.
Then the bombs explode into 8 pieces in every direction. There's bees who look like sad Japanese businessmen. Honey is falling from the ceiling. And why does the damn honey have mouths that are sucking up its own honey? But once I actually understand what's going on, it's actually not all that complicated. The only thing you need to watch out for are the policeman, the business bee, and the exploding bomb. The bomb itself doesn't actually damage you. You can also kill the business bees, and the only one who counts towards the boss's life bar is the cop. With spread, this becomes super easy as the arena is relatively small, and I managed to get a run past this phase after just my 3rd attempt.
Okay, we got him. That's good at least. Now what? I guess we have to fight that big bee lady. Yep, there she is. What is that? Can I parry it?
Yep, once you made it to the second phase and get to go up against Rumor herself, she's got a few attacks she can use. First, like you saw, she's got these 2 parryable orbs. This is definitely the easiest of the attacks she can do here, and actually the only easy one, as the other 2 attacks Rumor can perform here are what make this fight so dang difficult.
What the heck is this? What does that even have to do with honey?
Oh, I don't remember that.
What the hell is this? What the hell? That was crazy. The triangles again.
First up, we've got the purple triangle. This thing floats around and shoots other little triangles at you. It is just massive, so depending on where she spawns it in from, it can easily trap you and force you to take damage. But this attack still pales in comparison to whatever the hell this is. I mean, first of all, why was everything else in this fight like all about her being a wizard? But now this is like she's shooting bullet bees at us? And what is the meaning of her neck being a chain? Lore aside, this attack sucks. Genuinely, to this day, I have no clue how you're supposed to dodge all this. I mean, the bullets go across the entire screen. There's not even like a tiny section on the side for you to drop down from. And they move quick. There was not a single time this was fired off and I didn't take a hit.
I don't understand that one. I'm supposed to dodge those bee things.
Now, I bet there's some turd in the comments going, well, why not just super past this phase? And did you learn nothing from Matchstick?
Okay, you're done. Yo, what? I was in the middle of something.
But yes, getting past this bullet attack is like 90% of the boss fight. After about 45 minutes of attempts, I finally get a run where Rumor doesn't fire this off.
I'm gonna kill you. Oh, she's a mage too or something like that. Okay, that seems bad. She's got crazy eyes. What the? She turned into a plane! Oh, no. Oh, you do need lobber. Oh my god!
And yeah, it appears to me that we're gonna need lobber for this one, which sort of brings up a weapon slot issue, as currently I had been using Converge for the first phase to ensure I was both hitting the policeman wherever he was and clearing out all the businessmen, and then Roundabout in the second phase for strong, consistent damage. I decided to swap out Converge, as I have hopes that Roundabout will get the job done in the first phase, freeing up my second slot for that all-important lobber.
Go! Kill her! Kill her! Switch to lobber! Come on! Stupid plane thing! Okay, we got this. What? How did that teleport to me? Oh, dude, you're joking. Oh, dang it, man. Dang.
And you know, I can't even defend myself on this one. This literally could not have been more telegraphed, as the plane literally flies to one side and then slowly lifts its arm up. Like, how much more could they literally emphasize that she's about to lift her arm up? Anyway, after about 20 more minutes of crashing out...
Oh! Oh! Banana!
That is stupid.
I hate that.
What? No, what the heck is going on? Somebody cheated me out of death.
I forgot how to jump. I'm an idiot. I hate this triangle move.
That is just not right, man. I realized that, as per usual, lobber was just not right for this last phase. Instead, you're just better off firing roundabout shots up and waiting for them to come back down. Once you get far enough, she'll start firing fist missiles at you. In order to avoid that, I jump all the way down towards the bottom, which turns out to be a terrible idea when she immediately decides to do the salt blade attack again afterwards. But thankfully for me...
Yes! Oh my god, I totally deserve to die there. Yes! A knockout. I totally should have died there.
Also, I forgot to mention this during our fight, but while I was grinding out the old bee lady, I managed to parry this orb 4 times in a row without touching the ground. After doing so, there's this little juggler back on aisle 2 who now says we are master juggler and gives us a coin. You know, nothing insane, but helpful nevertheless. With Rumor now taken out, we can finally access another running gun for some precious coins, this one being called Rugged Ridge. And for this one, I decided to take in Converge, and this thing just absolutely annihilates all of the running gun levels. Seriously, not only does its fire cover the entire freaking screen, but since the bullets are piercing, you cannot possibly miss the on-screen enemy. This lets me completely blast through the entire level until something appears.
Something that I had thought I had rid myself of. It's a little version of Grim Matchstick. Oh dear lord, don't do this to me again.
Thankfully, this one's much easier and goes down without issue. The rest of this level is honestly not even worth noting, as it's all really easy, with the hardest part being this little Cyclops gorilla that they send through at the end. I managed to beat this level with all 5 coins in hand.
Not everyone earns a grade A rating, if you know what I mean. And not everyone can maintain that level of quality over time. Considering, my dear friends, this is what this is all about. Then you will experience the scintillating save for the bedroom.
If you can tell from that guy's cryptic, pretentious speech, we'll need to return to him after we A-rank every single level in this game. Oh boy, I am never seeing my family again. With my 6 new coins, I decide to purchase Charge, a weapon I will never once use in this game, because I saw a YouTube short once that said you'll need to be really skilled to make it work, and I am whatever the opposite of that is. Right next door, we've got the 3rd and final mausoleum for us to protect, and this one's a bit harder than the previous. First of all, they send just way more ghosts at you. Second of all, they added this disgusting heathen to the mix who, when you kill him, releases 2 smaller ghosts. Finally, we've got the bow ghosts. These are much more frustrating to hit than the normal ghosts who just inch towards the urn, as these revolve around the urn in a way that's actually much harder to line up. But still, this is a piece of cake. I mean, thankfully, there's no parry-based challenge that's actually really difficult, because that sounds like really time-consuming and hard, right?
Thank goodness you came by. I think I've given her a different voice every single time.
Those lousy ghosts had me, but good that time. Here's that last magical super art I was able to find for you. Well, time for me to take a powder. Good luck.
Super Art 3. Maneuver your spirit and body simultaneously for maximum damage. This sounds like something that if you're like really good at this game, it's like overpowered, and if you're like me, it like sucks.
But we'll have to see what that does later, as for now, we've got Werner Werman, a boss that I really struggled with for whatever reason.
Who is this guy? I like him. The hell's going on? Okay, these things explode when they hit the ground. Okay. Well, that's not going so well for me.
Werner starts out with 2 different moves he can perform. The first of which being the cannonball shot. These can be pretty tricky to get the hang of on account of multiple balls being shot at once and then splitting into the fire trails on the floor. If you time your jumps in properly here, you can easily get stuck and be landing when another shot is splitting straight into you. His other opening attack will be this one where he launches a bunch of junk at you in a 5 pattern. This one isn't nearly as tricky as the cannonball attack, which I am very thankful for. Werner will then go back and forth, switching between these 2 attacks before taking you out. But after a few solid attempts, I managed to get a run that slips through the cracks and makes it to phase 2.
What is all this? What's this mean? What the heck is going on? Okay. Oh, this is a platform up here. I understand. Kind of. Really, what's going on? I don't like this guy. I'm not really vibing with him. I don't know about you guys, but I see. I get this boss now. Never mind. Guess I don't, actually.
Werner's second phase is a bit more complicated. He loses the can exterior in favor of this army of bottle caps that come sliding in. Different bottle caps will take different turns moving in and out of the arena. Meanwhile, Werner goes from the top of the arena to the bottom shooting fire at you. When he's on top of the arena, it is very difficult to maneuver around. But that's no problem because I saved my brand new super specifically for this.
Oh, and what about this?
Oh, what the heck is... Oh, well, I guess we'll never figure out what that does exactly. All right, what the heck is this? What?
What?
No, no thanks. I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. Never do that again to me. Never do that again to me. Nope, I will not be doing that. Good talk, though. I won't be doing that, though. Thanks for asking, but I'm not interested in such a service. I was like every single neuron in my brain firing at once. And they're like, oh, did you take damage? Ooh, that's tough. Brother, I can't even see the floor. I don't even know where I am right now. In case it wasn't clear from that incredibly detailed description, Super 3 summons this little ghost version of you who spins around and does tons of damage. The problem is that his movement is not automatic, and you're actually the one controlling them. Meaning you're now controlling both Cuphead and the ghost. In my opinion, this is big doo-doo stinky, and if you just focused on dodging and firing off EXs, you do way more damage. But maybe this is actually like busted and all Cuphead speedrunners use this. Who knows? Who cares? For me, it's getting sent straight down to the Shadow Realm with Lobber. The key to Phase 2 is really just to keep consistent damage on Werner with spread, and ensure that you're always on the opposite side of the stage from him. After about 30 minutes of attempts, I managed to get him down and finally progress him to the fateful third phase. Here, Werner's tin can robot thing breaks down and oh my god, the cat ate him! The cat actually ate him! Luckily, I saved my super for this exact occasion and fired off straight into the kitty.
Die! Come on, that's a super.
Oh, that wasn't enough. Oh, of course it wasn't.
Oh, there's ghouls! He's killing ghosts!
Oh god, was I close? Not really, honestly. The main thing you need to look out for in this kitty phase are these said ghouls, which is why I start bringing Converge in addition to Spread. Converge does a great job at taking them out quickly, as well as doing consistent damage to the kitty. But harder than the phase itself is really just getting there, as I seem to take so much chip damage during phase 2, and not even making it to phase 3.
Oh, die!
Oh my god, that's preposterous in my... I hate this game, man.
No!
And then the few times I do make it to the final phase, I'm just not well practiced enough to perform.
Ah! No, this way!
Oh, no! No, come on, don't show it to me. Don't show...
That is not right! It's wrong, actually.
Come on. We're so close, we gotta be so close. Come on, how much damage? I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna actually crash out. The key to this one was actually not Converge. It's a combo you're probably going to become sick of seeing by the end of this video. Or, well, I guess not sick of seeing, more like sick of hearing, because you're not really looking at the screen. You've got this on your TV while you watch Instagram stories on your phone. But the tried and true combination for just about every level is pretty consistently Spread plus Roundabout. Spread for when you can get close, Roundabout for when you can't. Wish it was more complicated than that, but that solves about 90% of the fights in this game. But after a full hour of attempts, I managed to get to the final phase without taking a single hit.
Go!
Come on. We hit the super? Oh, I got hit by some crap. I don't even know. Hit one of those? Oh, no. Come on. Yes! What, the cat was in the... What, the mouse was in the cat? The mouse ate the other mouse? I don't think I got that. I think I missed something. Thankfully, after those two somewhat tricky boss fights, we've got one that's a complete joke, as Sally's Stageplay might just be the easiest fight in the entire game. Seriously, this took me less time than the freaking vegetables in World 1, which is shocking because Sally has like 4 phases, and they each have like an insane amount of mechanics all happening at the same time. But I'm not gonna explain a single one of them because, like I said, this fight literally took me 5 minutes. Another devastating loss for theater girls everywhere. First they lost Harry Potter, now this. God help us if anything ever happens to Timothée Chalamet.
He said what?
And we're on a hot streak, as the next boss we've got lined up is also absurdly easy, the Phantom Express, a boss that I broke by complete accident. You see, when I saw this train here, I immediately assumed it was a running gun, because, you know, train. And as such, I equipped Converge. This level is, of course, not a running gun. However, Converge just absolutely annihilates this entire fight. You see, in the first phase, the ghoul shoots these eyeballs out of his hands quickly at you, but you are able to destroy them. Because of that, Converge allows you to destroy every single eyeball and damage him without ever moving. The only other thing you need to look out for here are these pumpkins. They fly by and drop pink parryable bricks on the cart platform you've been given to stand on. If they manage to land the brick on one of these pink wheels on the side of your cart, it will actually move your cart in that direction. There are 3 spots your cart can sit in, and you can control the placement as well if you parry your own wheel. The next phase is also incredibly easy, as this skeleton pops out of these 3 holes with his head and 2 arms. The head is the only spot you can hurt, and the arms will do this like flattening attack. However, if you stand exactly here, the arms can actually never hit you, leaving you completely immune and just able to fire shots until he's dead. Now, the third phase, well, I don't actually think I can describe to you what's going on here. Like, it was a ghost and a skeleton, then, like, what are these, like, stop signs or something? And they shoot giant piles of electricity at you? What are these things? Screw it, I'm Googling this. They're called the lollipop ghouls? What in the hell do lollipops have to do with a haunted train? Why would a lollipop spit out electrical blasts? I gotta be missing something. Am I insane? I'm actually stun-locked here. I cannot move on. Why did giant lollipops come to life on the ghost train level? What you're supposed to do for this phase is move the cart to the opposite side of the arena each time one of the lollipops fires its rays at you. That way you can completely avoid the blast altogether. However, this becomes completely irrelevant if you have smoke bombs, as then you can just dash straight through the attack. And the level's final phase is just as easy. You just gotta parry the train's tail to expose its heart. I die here the first time, but on my very next attempt, I managed to get through, securing my Phantom Express victory. And I hope you've been enjoying the easy bosses, as this next one is even easier than Sally Stageplay and Captain Brineybeard. Yeah, I seriously have no idea what was going on in this world, as more than half the bosses are just absurdly easy, and this world as a whole is just way easier than Isle 2. But I mean, maybe it's just because I'm getting better at the game and have more weapon options, but all three of these bosses literally feel like they belong in World 1. I did think it was pretty funny when his boat came to life and fired a giant beam out of his uvula, as I just completely parried it and then fired off my own giant beam. Really showed him how it was done. But yes, I scored an easy A rank on this one. I stroll around to our next level and encounter this little turtle here who I strike up a conversation with. Running gun here. Who's this turtle?
You boys think your situation is a multicolored mess, don't you? Well, what if I told you there was a way to see it in shades of gray, a way that only a pacifist platform would be able to perceive? What? Would you find a little bugs believe me if I told you that? I wonder.
What? Is he saying that is going to give me a reward if I manage to beat a running gun level without killing an enemy? And you know, that's kind of what he was saying, but instead of beating a level without killing a single enemy, we're gonna need to beat every single running gun level in the game without killing an enemy. This is, of course, required for the 100%, so I'll be looking forward to that torturous romp later on. For now, I can enter the game's last running gun level and kill everything! Kill to my heart's content! No restrictions lay upon me, so I may shred as many foes to dust as I desire. Now, I've actually got a lot to say about this level, and I mean a lot, but I'm gonna save it all for the pacifist run later on when it becomes more relevant. But for now, I finish out the level, giving me the achievement for collecting every single coin in every level in the game. Guess these running gun things weren't all too popular, so they decided to just not do anymore in the DLC. And honestly, I don't blame them. These seem like an insane amount of work for something that I usually finish in like 5 minutes. With that being the final major source of coins in this game, I decide to hold on to the 7 I have right now as opposed to spending them. That way, if I come across some sort of foe that I just can't seem to solve, I've got flexibility to buy whatever remaining item I need. But I hope you enjoyed that brief interruption of those stupid easy levels, as that streak ends here, as the last 2 bosses in this world are a huge step up in difficulty. And of course, they're both plain levels. First up, we've got Cala Maria. Oh, I'm crazy! Okay, wait, maybe this boss isn't too hard. I hate this boss! Like pretty much every boss we've seen, Cala Maria starts off with one of 6 different attacks for her to choose from. Also, I just want to take a second to point out that I absolutely love the design philosophy of most of the boss's primary phases, choosing from a set list of vastly different attacks. Of course, the first phase is going to be the one you see the most of, and having so much variance makes each attempt really feel unique and keep things interesting. Anyway, Cala Maria has 2 sets of 3 attacks that she can randomly pair together simultaneously. I know that sounds confusing, but think of it like she's got an attack and a summon, and each attack can be used with any summon. First summon you already saw, where Maria summons a bunch of floating pufferfish. This attack isn't so bad on its own. It's got a similar philosophy to Wally Warbles' feather move, where you just need to make small adjustments to route. Additionally, some of these puffers are pink and can be parried, which is great for building up your super. Her first attack you also saw in that first clip is the red fish that shoots out 5 fireballs in a spray-like fashion. Similar to the puffers, this one's pretty easy to avoid for the most part. Her second attack is... What is that? Was that an eel? Why is a fish shooting out an eel? Her eel definitely has the most variance, as depending on what the summon is, this can either be a complete joke or guaranteed damage for me. Now, if you looked at the bottom of the screen of that first eel clip, you may have noticed her second summon, the turtle. For me, this is definitely the most annoying of the entire collection. He shoots up these little bombs that split into a bunch of different projectiles. These things fly quick too, so you can't be avoiding them, and they can be a real pain in the behind. In fact, in the previous clip, it was actually the turtle who killed me, not the eel. Now, her final summon is actually not all that bad, but becomes insufferable when combined with her last attack. Meet the seahorse and the ghost. Maria burps out 3 ghosts at a time that home in on you. And this is by far the worst of her attacks, as just the speed in which they barrel at you is so tough to dodge. But it becomes even worse when combined with her final summon, the seahorse. In theory, he's harmless, as all he does is spray water at you that pushes you further upwards. But when the ghosts are being fired, it means your movement options can be really limited, and you won't be able to move away from the little corporeal freaks. The ghosts! I hate the ghosts! The ghosts are crazy! Oh my god, this is tough. Dear lord. Oh my god, I hate these ghosts! I hate the ghouls! The ghosts! What is these guys? Oh, she turned into a Medusa. Oh, what the? I'm a rock! Oh no!
Stop being a rock! Can I hit the eels? Oh, I can. Okay. Lobber, go! Oh! Okay, I'm stoned. What do I have to do? Mash? I don't know. I just mashed. That seemed to work. Mash! What the? Am I supposed to mash? I don't know.
Now, Cala Maria's second phase is what makes this boss so hard. You see, Maria will constantly be turning you to stone, and there's no way to avoid this attack, so you will get frozen. While that's happening, the eels are just shooting a stupid amount of bullets at you. In fact, sometimes you can get comboed through no fault of your own, where you're frozen, and even if you mash as fast as humanly possible, the eels will fire a shot at you before you get freed, meaning you take damage no matter what you do.
That seemed messed up. How was I supposed to prevent such an event? I'm lobbing them like crazy. I'm sick. Wow. Get out of the stone!
If you noticed in both of those clips, the second I was turned to stone, I was hit by a bullet, giving me actually no chance to dodge at all. And it's not like I was neglecting the eels either. I mean, in that first clip, there was literally one eel on the field. That's another thing here. You can kill off the eels to decrease the sheer amount of bullets just flying at you, which makes the bombs really good here. Unfortunately, Cala Maria only takes damage on her head, meaning that if you're attacking the eels, you're not doing any damage to the boss herself. For that reason, a really good strategy that I found is to save your super for this phase. That way, you can clear out all the eels at once, do big damage to Maria, and also let yourself focus on her for the next little bit where the eels slowly spawn back in. I also make sure to utilize as many of her standard EX shots as possible, as these are piercing and can be used to weaken a ton of the eels at once. Despite the difficulty of this phase, after just 15 minutes of grinding, I managed to get her down to the final stage.
Oh, she turned herself to stone! Oh, okay, I see. What? Oh, okay.
For her final phase, you need to follow Maria's head through this coral chamber looking thing, avoiding the red coral at the edges, as well as the spike pillars and the green floating skulls she sends at you. To top it all off, during this phase, she's still turning you to stone, which, if you get hit at the wrong time, can completely bone your run.
Oh, that is tough!
I was close though, right?
Ah, Nards!
Usually by the time I reach this phase, I've got a single hit remaining, which usually just leaves me one stone mishap away from running straight into a stone pole.
No! Oh, that was just stupid.
I was really close, right?
Dang. Oh, okay, I think I can get this one. What?
No, kind of on me. Okie
Go. Oh, you can hit the red things?
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
Oh, so you can't hit the rocks, but you can hit the coral.
Okay.
Just about everything I said in those last few clips could not have been more wrong. You actually can't touch the red coral at all. I believe the only reason I might have thought that is I didn't fully understand Smoke Bomb. You see, your charm actually does work in these plane levels, though Smoke Bomb is not nearly as good as it is in normal levels, as the amount of invincibility you get is extremely limited. And since there's no dash, it's just for a very short amount of time when you shrink. Hence why I was able to ignore damage from those coral spots.
Whoa, it's so hard to come out of the goddamn freeze.
The biggest piece of advice I can give for you this final phase is just to fire off as many EX shots as you can manage. These do an amazing job of whittling down Maria, and with her hitbox being pretty much the entire tunnel, you're guaranteed to connect.
Yes! Oh my god. Whew. That was a tough one.
And with that, we've just got a single boss remaining on Inkwell 3.
Oh, the junkyard. That's never good. It's gonna be like a bunch of stuff flying all over the place. Just based off vibes, guys, I'm gonna put Converge in the front slot. You know what? I think Spread in the second slot's good. Oh, it's another plane level? Damn. What the hell? Oh my god. So much is going on. I can't even comprehend what's going on. Why does this dude look like Tim and Moby? Does only the head work? I think you can hit the head or the heart, it seems like. Oh, we hit his heart down? Okay. Did that do something? I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, I'm gonna hate this boss. I want to get rid of that head thing, because that laser is what's really boning me.
Robot is a pretty unique boss, in that he starts off with 3 different hitboxes, and you can take them out in any order to change up the fight. Up top, he's got a laser on his head that warns you first, and then fires a giant laser. Then you've got his heart, which fires out the parryable robot-looking thing, and if you don't parry fast enough, will fire off a vertical laser. This is definitely the easiest of its parts, and can basically be completely ignored. In fact, hitting the constant parry is really good for building up your super. Then on the bottom is his, torso? Crotch? His box? Oh my god, there's no good way to say that. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that he fires off these constant little Eggman-looking robot things that flutter around the screen. The laser and his belly button are definitely the most annoying, but what you also need to consider is what happens after you blow up each of these parts. For me, I tend to find that going belly button, head, and then chest is the easiest path, just so you don't have to deal with all the screws. Once you take out all 3...
Oh, okay, nice. I got his head laser thing.
What is this? What's with all the screws? I thought this part was done. Oh, no, he's still firing out of his, mouth hole thing. Oh my god, this is so hard to avoid. What the heck? Oh my god, I was like, I'm gonna take out the head laser first, because that part's really annoying, but then it became 10 times worse with all those nuts and bolts and crap.
Oh, you can also get this little thing down here. Oh, this is a cool boss fight. You can choose what you destroy. Well, all of it's annoying, actually. Hit the box, hit the box! Okay, we got that. So now a bigger thing comes out because I killed it? That doesn't seem right. Where's my reward? Okay, I think I understand. The laser is bad, but once you kill the laser, he starts doing that mouth thing that I hate. Then he does the hand thing when you kill the hands. Jesus Christ, this is so much depression.
process. It's like a goddamn Telltale game. There's all these like branching paths and crap. Okay, you gotta get these. You gotta. As you saw, the final phase isn't all that difficult. It's just really long. Really, the main issue with this fight is getting through the overwhelming nature of that first phase. Okay, I got the heart. Come on, go, 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 go. Super, super, super. Yes. Oh, it's over, right? Nope, that didn't say the magic word. Okay, this doesn't seem that bad. This doesn't seem that bad at all. Just kind of hard to get hits on him, but hey, I don't mind going slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Just go slow, it's fine. And we know where he's gonna be, you know what I mean? Really hard to get him on that half, but what the heck? That seemed good. Okay, we're so close to a super. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. Dang it! Oh my god, I must have been so... Oh, not even. Holy crap. Oh my god, how is that not even halfway? Holy crap. My god, there's too many pulses. What the heck? Put some goddamn Subway surfers on the side of the screen. What the hell? There's like 4 billion things happening. And on my literal second time reaching that final phase... Super! Got him. Okay, this sucks. I feel like my 5,000 hours fighting Hush has prepared me for this very exact moment to be like bullet hell crazy at this game. Oh my god. Better take a COVID test because I am ill. What the hell? It's all over, I could tell. Go, super, 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 super. This has got to be the end. This has got to be the end. Yes! I feel as though I got really lucky, but that is what it's all about, baby. Now, just a quick note. Despite me being able to recognize that both Cala Maria and Dr. Kahl being considerably harder than most of the bosses we've faced thus far, I do want to point out that they both took me way less time than the previous bosses in the past, with Maria coming in at 40 minutes and Dr. Kahl just 20. And this was because of a pretty surprising factor that I've never experienced in one of my videos before. I was actually getting better at this game. In fact, I was improving by like a lot, as now it was around 10 hours into my Cuphead journey, and I was finally getting the hang of things. I had faith that I was going to be able to stomp through the remaining bosses in this game. This faith was of course completely misplaced. With Inkwell Isle 3 now being completely cleared, the path to the final area in the base game was open, Inkwell Hell. Okay, King Dice, and all bets are off. There's not even a simple difficulty? That's not good. Well, looky here, you actually pulled it off, but you made me lose a bet. And for that, you ain't seen the boss just yet. We're gonna play a little game first. Uh-oh. I have a feeling this boss is going to be really hard. No! Gambling! Oh, I rolled a 1. That's not great. What the heck? What just happened? What? I rolled a 1, and now I have to fight a bunch. There's devils in the back. What? What's even going on? Look at all this. There's olives. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand now. Oh, you have to hit them each individually? Well, that's kind of good a little bit because the guy who's the most annoying is in the front. Okay, I'm gonna save my super for whatever. Oh. Defeat a boss with one of Porkrin's new weapons. Oh, maybe I used like a DLC weapon? Have I really never done that before? I see. So I have to just like keep rolling dice. So is this gonna be a 2? Yeah. Okay, so I have 6 bosses and then I have to fight him? Jesus. It's a giant cigar! That's actually awesome. I can't even lie. That's actually sick as heck. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. I didn't get healed? I have 3 hits to do this entire fight? Are you joking? Dear Lord, man. Health up. Oh, what? Why did I get a health up? So you can get healed, kind of? I don't really know what's going on. So this is where I start. I see there's like a little board in the back. So if I roll a 3, so can you like time it? Kind of, yeah. So you have to keep trying to hit 3s, I guess. That means less fights. Oh, it's poker chips now. What the heck? Okay. I don't know if the converge is like the best thing we want here. Oh, do I have to hit the head? Okay, I don't think anything does damage besides the head. Okay, so we have to try and get a 3. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So when I see 1, I should go. Okay. That is hard. Is there like a way to time it? I gotta Google it. Yeah, it looks like I have to hit him up there, so I'm doing like next to no damage. I can see, but I can tell by my super meter. Maybe the convergence is not the best weapon in the game. It's hard because otherwise you just have to sit here. Like, where do you aim? There was that like updraft weapon. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. Oh, never mind. I don't need it. So I should be trying for either a 1 or a 2. I feel like a 1 would be best. Okay, so I got the 1 option that didn't cover. What the heck? Sexy Domino! I'm really good at this game. All right. I do want to see if I can go find that 1 updraft thing from Pork Rind. Yeah, the rat. This seems good. All right, so how does this work? I don't know if that's going to be good, actually. Well, we'll see. All right, hit the 3. I got a 1. I'm such a moron. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I got a 3. I have no way of damaging this enemy. All right, well, that's going to be an exit to the map. This one seems genuinely terrible. I thought it was, like, going to go out a bit more first, but no. Okay, I think roundabout is good here. Oh, my... What? How was I supposed to predict such... Oh, okay, no, they always turn in the same way. Whoop!
I didn't know he was gonna do that.
Now, in case you hadn't caught on by now, King Dice isn't necessarily a difficult boss in the sense that his attacks aren't super hard to dodge or anything like that, but I'm sure you've gathered by my general confusion that he is a very complex boss. You start out with this board behind you, noting your path to actually fight King Dice all the way to the end, and he spawns a dice in the middle for you to decide which room you're actually headed to. Each of the numbered rooms have a completely different boss fight for you to learn, with completely different mechanics, and if you beat the boss, you head back to the main area to roll again, keeping whatever your health and super meter were at. Like I said, the difficult part about this is that learning what space holds what boss, and which bosses work with your build takes a huge amount of planning. Like at this point, I had been doing this boss for a good 15 minutes already, just learning the first 3 bosses, and this was my first foray into the second section of bosses.
Yes! Yes! I'm killing it! Okay, what the heck is this? Oh, it's a plane stage? Ah, crap. Why you look like that guy from Bendy and the Ink Machine, Boris? What's with the stuff in the foreground? I can't see jack crap! Okay, that was easy. I did use a super, I guess. All right, a 2 would be good, so it goes 3, then 1, then 2. So the second it comes out, I should wait 2 seconds? Okay, I don't know. Oh, I got a safe! That's even better! Okay, watch me get a 1 now. Wait a second. Oh, I got a 2. Okay. Kind of boned that, but that's okay. What is this? Oh, it's a giant cue ball. Fair enough. Heck, what? Oh my god! He's got to be close to... I don't care. Defeat a boss with a super art. Haven't I done that before? I thought I already got that achievement. All right, 2. 1, 2. All right. Just gotta get a 3. Just gotta get a 2 works. Just anything but a 1. Anything but a 1. Yes! Oh, I have to fight him now? Oh, I thought it was gonna be like in a separate thing. Oh, you're joking. Oh my god, I'm so cracked. First attempt, I'm crazy. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I was so close. Honestly? First time even getting to like the second or third half, I feel like I did pretty good.
So now that we know the basic structure of what this fight is going to look like, let's go through each of the 9 mini-bosses that King Dice throws at you. First up in the 1 space, we've got Tipsy Troop. These lovable beverages only have 1 attack, but all of them attack you at the same time. The rum glass up front will spill his contents on the floor, forcing you to jump over it. The whiskey bottle in back does the same, but throws a vertical splash at you. And finally, the martini glass spawns 2 olives that shoot their eyes at you, which can sometimes be parryable. Definitely the rum glass in the front is the most annoying, as having to jump over his attack can sometimes put you in awkward situations with the olives, but on the whole, this is one of the easiest fights in the game, especially if you have Converge, as it lets you hit all 3 of them at the same time. This is always a safe space to land on, as just about any weapon in the game can take them on. Next up on 2, we've got Chip's Bedigan. For my money, this is the easiest boss in the entire game. He's only got 1 singular attack, and that's to slide different chips of his across the screen. Luckily for us, Smoke Bomb gives us the perfect amount of invincibility that if we want to just dash through, we won't take damage. Additionally, if you duck, the only chip that can hurt you is the very bottom one, so as long as that one's already passed, you can just duck and not have to worry it at all. This one can be a little annoying to do with Spread because of his high hitbox, so if you plan to fight him, I just want to make sure I have some sort of long-range weapon. On Space 3, we've got this giant cigar, Mr. Wheezy. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Mr. Wheezy is pretty gear-dependent. You absolutely need to have Smoke Bomb for this one, as otherwise you won't be able to jump through these devil cigarettes in the middle. Also, like we saw earlier, any short-range weapons won't be able to reach it. His little fireballs always fly in the same pattern, though, so there's some spots on both ashtrays that I sometimes manage to stay in that avoids all his little puffs, but most of the time I simply cannot find it. For Space 4, you've got Pip and Dot, those dominoes from earlier. And I don't understand this boss at all. And I do not intend to, because this just seems like a lot to process. On Space 5, you'll face Hocus Pocus. In my opinion, this is the hardest of King Dice's mini-bosses, which is surprising as he only has 2 attacks. First is this circle of skulls that he'll twirl around you. Basically, the only way to get out of this one is to use Smoke Bomb, which can make this part actually pretty easy. But his other attack I just absolutely despise. The stupid rabbit summons all these floating suit things, with 2 of them being able to be parried. To get out without facing damage, you must parry the pink one, as it is the only way around this attack. And maybe it's just me, but I can just never line this up properly. I don't even have a good reason. It just gets me, okay? Let me have this one. Not everything needs to be backed up with rational reasoning. In slot 6, we've got Fear Lap, who you guys have seen once before.
What the heck, even me? I didn't even see nothing.
Fear Lap's primary attack is this gift box he shoots out that eventually explodes into a bunch of horseshoes. This attack is super easy to dodge, but it's the other attack in this stage that can sneak up on you and dole out some serious damage. On this floor, you might have noticed these jockeys pacing by who have little to nothing to do to affect you on this level. But every once in a while, a single rider with a blue hood will stroll through. He'll shoot his hood up at you and do damage. This attack in and of itself is not hard to dodge, it's just more noticing it, as you usually either can't see him galloping up, or he's blocked by one of these shadows in the foreground. On Space 7, we've got Pirouette. Honestly, in theory, this boss seems really easy. I mean, the 2 times I fought her, I did it without taking much damage, as you can just use Smoke Bomb to avoid most of her attacks. But for whatever reason, I just preferred fighting the other 2 bosses and never really got practice on this one. I'm sorry, Pirouette, it's not you, it's me. I'm the messed up one. Next up, we've got Mangosteen. Now, I'll be honest, and from what I understand, this is a pretty embarrassing confession in the Cuphead community. The first few times I fought this guy, he like really tripped me up. I think for whatever reason, the jumping chalk boxes just like really confused me. In reality, he's very easy, as the chalk boxes are pretty much his only attack, but I don't know, I just don't gel with this guy. Now, for space number 9, that's the preferred option for a beast like me. Say hello to Mr. Chime. For Mr. Chimes, you actually need to play a full game of memory. Oh my god, the FNAF flashbacks won't stop. So you fly around the arena pairing the cards to make them match, and you need to fight the Chim himself. He just kind of moves around doing this incredibly easy to predict cymbal clapping attack, as he literally pauses right before he does it. This fight takes a while, as matching all the cards is a long process, but it is very safe. Now that I've gone through all the bosses, if you look at the board, you've probably noticed by now they only really need to fight 3 bosses before reaching King Dice himself. Each section has 3 bosses, then a safe spot, and then repeat. As long as you don't miss the safe spots by rolling correctly each time, since your dice has a max roll of 3, you won't have to fight any additional bosses. Say, for example, my path could then be 3, then 5, then safe spot, then 9, then end. Because of this, you're best off choosing your intended path beforehand, and then shooting for those 3 spaces. That way, you've got the right gear and are familiar with whatever bosses you'll be fighting. For my personal preference, I like to go Chips, Fear Lap, and then end off with Chimes. Now, there can be some variance with this. If you look on the back wall, there are some spaces marked with a heart. These quite obviously will give you a heart if you manage to land on them. Even a single heart is incredibly helpful in a game like Cuphead where you only get 3 hits, so it brings up a bit of a risk-reward situation. Should you go for the boss you're more practiced on, that you know you can demolish, or should you take the chance with a boss you're less familiar with? Even if you take a hit of damage, it would be like doing the other boss without getting hit at all. But all this becomes infinitely more complicated when you consider the true hardest part of this mode, dice rolling. All right, we want the 3. Oh. Okay. All right, let's hit a 3. 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 Whoop up. Boom. Okay, I hit a 2. I feel like you want to hit a 1 here, right? Of course not. Dice rolling is the make or break of this boss fight, as if you roll incorrectly, your entire plan is just a wash. You could go up against 4 bosses or even 5. Or if you're really unlucky... Okay, I'm getting better at rolling. Oh my god! Are you joking? My god, man. It is so very important to get good at rolling the dice, or else all your other prep work is null. And the die is not consistent either. Each time King Dice opens his hands, the die will be spinning a different way and have a different order to the numbers. My best strategy to getting the number you want is jumping after the number the one you want appears. Let's take this die, for example. It's spinning around as 2, 1, 3, and I want to hit 2. I wait for the die to be facing 1 and then jump, and by the time I land back down, the die has gone all the way back around again and I snag my desired 2. Now, I am by no means saying that this is the best strategy. In fact, I am sure that there are so many better ones out there, as this one only seems to work like 70% of the time for me. So with all that now in mind, for in-game Shawnee, it's been about 80 minutes of frantically struggling through boss fights to figure out what the hell is going on here, but he finally has a plan and can chart out what a normal run is like. I load in and manage to roll correctly and grab my desired 2 and head into the Chips fight. Luckily for me, because 2 of my desired 3 fights are plane fights, I can afford to take Twist Up here. I know we only briefly saw her before, but all you need to know about Twist Up is because of its insane angle the weapon takes, in the fights it's good in, it's really good, and just about everywhere else, it stinks. With Chips down, I'm back at the board and roll a 2, picking up a safe spot. Afterwards, I successfully roll a 3 and hit into Fear, though I do take 8 damage as I decide to save all my cards for the next fight. After that, I roll a 3, which gives me the 8 ball, as that spot is marked with an extra heart. Here, I can rip my super, though I do end up losing that additional heart I had earned. Finally, I roll a 2 for the final safety spot, and then another 2 to start the King Dice fight, which I immediately take 2 damage to and die to. Great. Yeah, with all the other homework you need to do for this fight, I'm not exactly the most well-practiced on King Dice himself, even though his entire fight is he can only send these cards at you, so you just have to nail a couple parries. Something that always trips me up about the last fight is, for whatever reason, I just always feel like you should get your dash back after a parry, but that's not the case. You actually only get a single dash per airtime, so you better make sure you use it when you really need it, as there are certain gaps specifically designed to be parry dashed over. But finally, I managed to get the God Run and make it to King Dice with 4 HP. Oh god! I shouldn't have known that was happening. Die! Oh my god. I can't believe the reason I keep dying is because I don't remember which side his hand's going on! Oh, come on. That was BS. That was BS and you know it! No! Dog, I suck. I really suck. I wish I had a double jump. Oh, it's magic! Come on! Oh, that didn't kill him, really? Okay, jeez. Come on! It's gonna be right next to the finish line! No! Okay. Farley, come on! No, he's switching my chair!
Farley, come on! Please! Please, Farley! Come on, this is my best run ever! Come on, man! What are you doing to me? He's pushing my freaking chair! Come on! Yes! Okay, Farley, yes, it's okay. Oh my god. You almost screwed me! Oh my god. Oh my god, you almost screwed me, Farley. Oh my god. Oh, it's okay, sweetie. I know you just wanted me to win. You were just trying to encouragingly pat me.
And with that, we had made it to the final fight of the game. Every soul contract imaginable now collected. It was time to take on the one who sent us on this whole journey in the first place, the devil.
Well, look how far you come. Not only did you bust up my good-for-nothing lackey King Dice, but I seen you got my soul contracts as agreed. Hand 'em over and join my team.
Alright, sounds good.
You're mine now, and we're gonna have a hell of a time down here.
Oh my god! Oh my god, messed up Cuphead is kind of awesome. That's actually sick. Is that the whole ending? Give in to the devil. Oh, it actually shows the credits. Oh my god, that's so funny. Alright, DLC time, guys. Was that the canon ending, right?
No, you can't have the contracts.
Welching on me just like all the others, eh? I'll teach you for backing out of a deal. Have at you.
Yeah, this is a little bit more epic.
Oh my god, okay. Lesson learned. I learned how that works. Okay, he's got this little minion. Okay. Oh my god, this is kind of sick. He's doing like all the forms of like Satan, like it was like the lamb, and then this is Beelzebub, and that's really sick actually. Oh, I have to hit the head. Okay. Okay. How do you dodge that? Alright, I don't think Twist Up was really doing a lot. Maybe get whatever. It couldn't hurt. See, now, I don't understand how you're supposed to avoid that. Oh, yep, that's, what's this one called? I only know the percent. How are you supposed to avoid these attacks? Am I missing something? What? Am I missing something?
But that was the scary part. I wasn't missing something. There wasn't some hidden technique I needed to use. This fight is just like every other one in the game. Despite the stink I made about Grim Matchstick, no other boss
in the base game
could hold a candle to the very devil himself.
Yeah, how would you avoid that?
What?
Oh!
Damn, Brattle Sue.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, who's that?
Oh.
Washed up YouTuber fails parry.
What? Holy crap. Shed thy skin, demon. Oh, come on. I hate this game.
That might be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
No, why did I use my super?
Damn.
Oh, you're gonna give me the Whisper the Dragon at the same time? God damn it.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I knew it was wrong to do that, but I did it anyway.
What?
God, I'm such a moron.
What? How did you avoid? Are you a goddamn mod? What?
I don't agree.
Oh, come on. That's just bull.
My little brother was playing, and I have motion controls on, and my foot was in my butt.
How'd you avoid that? Crazy. What?
Are you joking? I hate that.
Oh, what? Where? Where is one to go? I understand I'm supposed to parry those stupid deers, but where? There was no time. I don't even know how you would avoid such a thing.
No.
Awesome?
What? I really think I parried it, but okay.
No.
The poker chips.
No. No, I'm trying to parry the deer because of the stupid poker chip.
Why did I do that?
Look at this. No. Holy. How did you avoid such an event? That was just stupid.
Damn.
Dude. Come on. That is so stupid. What? How would you avoid that? Are you crazy? With Grim Matchstick, at least some of the blame could fall upon me being an inexperienced player. I fought the devil after going through the entire game, the peak of my Cuphead abilities, and this still took double the amount of time. But what is it about the devil that makes it so hard? Well, most of the difficulty comes from this first phase. What they've created here is just a series of absolutely brutal attacks. Let's address the elephant in the room first, the absolutely absurd move you saw from before, the hand clap. While I was learning this fight, this move absolutely terrorized me. And the strange part is he telegraphs it pretty obviously by stretching his arms across the screen, and then they quickly come back to slap you in the middle. The main problem, I think, is just the awkwardness of the time. Like when I come in, it doesn't feel like it should be as slow or as fast as it is. Whenever I saw him lining up this attack, I would only instantly jump, only for the hands to be still there by the time I landed. I tried two main techniques here to try to fight against this attack. First, to overcorrect for my way too early jumps, I would dash in midair to try and stall out my fall. This would occasionally work, but at times I would still still end up hitting the arm, as I was actually dashing closer to it as it retracted. The second technique I would try is using an EX move while in the air. Using an EX lets you float in midair for a bit, giving you some buffer time. This is smart in theory, but in practice, it was a really bad habit to get into, as then when you jump and you don't have an EX meter, you instinctively slap the super button expecting to be fine, only to fall flat on your face and take damage. No, in truth, the only way to dodge this one is just to do it right, which, you know, is easier said than done. Next up is the one where he transforms his head into this, like, flying spider-looking thing. This is probably the easiest of the devil's attacks to avoid. It's one of those type attacks where they, like, home in on you, so you gotta, like, move right after. You know what I'm talking about? Like Dingle from Binding of Isaac Core. Another thing that makes this hard is not the devil himself, but his minions that stroll around in the background. Every few seconds on alternating sides, these little purple imps will constantly come out from behind the devil's throne and walk through the arena. You need to be constantly keeping track where the last imp came from and where your next one will be, and then kill it as quickly as possible. They can really sneak up on you and chip down damage, which is particularly frustrating in combination with the next attack, the serpent. For this form, the devil stretches his neck into a serpent and chases you to one side of the stage. This attack is even easier to dodge by itself than the fly, and you can easily corner it with an imp. In fact, sometimes the imp can even be sent while you're already fenced in, meaning you need to perfectly maneuver yourself in this tiny little space to make sure you can take him out. Now, visually, the devil's next three attacks are pretty similar, but in practice, they could not be more different. In all of them, he'll swing his pitchfork around and then throw some projectiles at you, one of which can be parried. Also, pro tip,
Oh, his cane there doesn't do damage? Oh, that seems much easier now.
his first projectile attack is creating these 4 bouncing bubbles. Not sure what bubbles have to do with hell and Satan, but hey, I guess a guy's gotta have a hobby. The bubbles will proceed to bounce around like one of those DVD logos that you always wanted to hit the corner. One of these balls is always parryable, and you want to do this as soon as possible because it makes avoiding this attack like 20 times easier. But as simple as this might appear, this is no joke, as the bouncing balls can easily overwhelm and corner you, as you need to keep track of all of their locations at all times. I think a lot of the time here, I was too focused on parrying the pink bubble, which oftentimes led me to taking unnecessary damage. All in all, though, this is definitely the easiest of his projectile attacks to avoid. Next up, we've got these 6 fireballs that the devil will toss at you one by one in quick succession. This is certainly a step up from the bubbles, mostly on account of the fact that the way they spawn in oftentimes will really limit your jumping ability. You need to get to the other side of the circle, but can't really jump or you'll bump into the already spawned in hitboxes. It's also important to note that while the devil is spawning them in, the fireballs still have hurt boxes, and this killed me more times than I'd like to admit. For both of these projectile attacks, Smoke Bomb helps monumentally with being able to dodge, as this way you can just dash straight through, which can really save you. But the same cannot be said for the devil's final attack, as from this there is no solace just when you thought it couldn't possibly get any worse. Say hello to the Wisps attack.
Heck, why is this going on forever? Oh, you gotta be joking. Okay, wait, actually, I'm goated. Oh, frick this game. Why do I always get hit by the wisps, man? I hate the wisps, man. Bro, these wisps. The freaking wisps. Not the freaking wisps, man. Come on, this run's going so well. Don't wisp me. Don't star me with those god dang wisps. Not the wisps. Wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. You have no power over me, Wisps! No longer! I'm free from your shackle! I hate this. I hate this. I hate it so much. The Wisps! I hate the Wisps! It's like guaranteed damage! Look, there's a freaking Wisp on the screen! The freaking devil's coming, and he's doing the hate thing! Stop with the Wisps! Please! The Wisps! The Wisps! They piss me off so much! The Wisp attack is not only one of the most difficult to avoid attacks in this fight, but in the entire game. It spawns 4 wisps that rotate around in a circle, and the one in the middle can be parried. Now, I'm sure your thought is that you just need to parry the center wisps, and then you can keep yourself in the middle of the circle, almost like you do for the Soul Guardian in Hollow Knight. The problem with that is that 90% of the time, after you parry the wisp, I just land straight onto one of the other fireballs, making me take damage. But if you try to ignore it altogether, then you just end up getting hit and taking damage anyhow. So what's the solution? No, seriously, what's the solution? I have no idea how to beat this attack. It's impossible. I feel like every time he spawns it in, I always take damage. Genuinely, even after sitting here and typing this after beating the whole game, I had no clue how to do this and just hoped he wouldn't do it too often. And if he did, I just consider it a lost run. And altogether, like I said earlier, this phase is hard. It's by far the hardest part of this fight. I got stuck here for a good long while just watching death after death after death and feel like I had no control. With the combination of these clapping hands and the circle of wisps, I just felt like I was taking guaranteed damage every single fight. After so many attempts, I finally have a run do enough damage to get him down to the second phase. This has got to be the new phase. Yep. What? Oh! I was not expecting that. He shed his own skin and became a skeleton. It would be nearly another 40 minutes until I saw the second phase again. Just death after death after death. Dear Lord, this is hard. Okay, he exited his skin. Go! I went. Now what? Now what? Oh, this is worse. I mean, I guess I didn't think it was gonna be better, but not this bad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, parry that. Oh my god, I'm so sick. I'm a sick, twisted man. Oh, so close. No, okay.
Now, the second phase is the devil's easiest. He's just got 2 attacks to watch out for. This axe circle thing that he spins around, and this bomb that comes out of his ear that you need to parry before it explodes. Besides that, you just need to watch out for the falling poker chips. In fact, the footage you're watching right now was from the run directly after the clip I just showed. And even in my inexperience with this phase...
Oh my god, we already finished that phase? Oh, nice. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, dude, I think I was doing pretty good. I honestly did really well. I have to give myself some props, y'all.
The devil's third phase, he spawns in these 2 fat purple devils that shoot skulls at you, as well as these blue bats up top that dive bomb you. You're best off saving your super for this, as it will quickly let you clear out both the bats and the devils.
All right, I think we hit most of them. Oh, what? What?
Just watch out for the poker chips. But despite my occasional progress to the end game, for the most part, I was still stuck in phase 1, with death after death after death after death. And so after a few hours of banging my head into a wall, I cave and decide to look up some tips for finally getting past this godforsaken boss. So thank you to Help Me, I'm Stuck, which 100% sounds like something I should not be promoting when I know kids watch my videos. And if you're wondering how I know children watch my videos, watch this.
Amazing Digital Circus main character. Okay, sure. Caine. C-A-I-N-E. Oh my god. Yep, that. Oh my god, it's still going. It's still going. Holy crap.
But the main thing that I learned from this tutorial is that I had been going about damaging the devil all wrong. In fact, I had been damaging most bosses incorrectly. See, notice how when I fire my spread here, only the bullets in the center are hitting the boss. While I'm in range, because the other 2 spread shots fire to the side, they were completely missing the boss. What you actually want to do is jump while shooting out your spreader. The additional air off the ground means you're doing tons more direct damage to the devil. In fact, if you look at it side by side, you can easily see that I'm hitting double the shots I was before, meaning that my damage is effectively double. This is a tip that I need to be using every time I use spread, as it absolutely changed the game for me. Because I'm now doing so much more damage in this first phase, the amount of time in this phase greatly drops, meaning less time for mistakes, meaning entering phase 2 with more health. This accelerates my progress in this fight tenfold, and now it actually seems obtainable. The victory is within my reach. And not just that, I was actually getting better at this fight.
Oh my god, I just got through the wisp without taking damage! This is my moment! I've learned the training, Mr. Miyagi! Wax on, wax off! Your time is coming, you Beelzebub scum!
With my training now applied, I was finally able to make it to the devil's final phase.
Okay, got him? Yes? Okay. Whoa, where? Where is one to go? I understand I'm supposed to parry those stupid deers, but where? There was no time!
Now, it's pretty rare to even get to that final phase, and if you do, it's actually incredibly short. But the overwhelming nature of it really backs you into a corner. You only get one singular jump platform, and the poker chip covers up just about the whole thing, so you have to jump around it and back onto the platform before he hits you, which is just so difficult when you're usually only on a single hit point here.
No. Okay, here it comes. No, I'm trying to parry the deer because of the stupid poker chip. I hate this. Yes, that seems good. Okay, oh my god. Where am I? Oh my god, just kill him. Just kill him, come on. What did you dance that way? No! Look at this! No! Dude! Oh! Come on, please. We're so close. Come on, please. Come on, just throw everything I got at him, please. Come on, this has got to be it. Yes! I'm the freaking greatest to ever do it! Yes! Eat me! Let's go! Ho! Hit an A- like crazy.
The brothers had triumphed over the demon, forcing him to finally give up. We shall accept your surrender, devil. Cuphead laughed, but we're not done just yet. And with that, Cuphead and Mugman destroyed all of the soul contracts, releasing Inkwell Island's residents from eternal servitude to the devil. Gosh, I can't wait to tell everybody, Cuphead said. The boys set off for home at top speed. Come on, last one, there's a leaky cup, Mugman teased as they ran. Once home, the brothers gathered everyone together. You're all free from the devil's debt, Cuphead announced. And that fiend won't bother us again, Mugman added. The elder kettle was literally brimming with pride as everyone began to cheer. Let's hear it for Cuphead and Mugman. Hip hip hooray! Hip, hip, hooray. No, except for you, Matchstick. You get the hell out of here. You're not invited to any sort of party. I don't care how many contracts you had. As an all-day celebration began, the brothers promised to never wander into trouble again. And they didn't. Until next time, of course. But that is another story. Oh, that was nice. Well, that's the end of the game. Okay, bye-bye. Video over now.
What do you mean on normal?
Yes, as I've been alluding to this whole video, we've now got to beat the entire game on a special, much harder expert mode. So we'll need to go back through and fight every single boss in the game again. And this time they've got new phases with more health, new attacks, and just generally so much harder than before. So we've really got our work cut out for us. I start by heading into this fight with my dear old friend, Goopy Le Grande. But while it may have only been mere minutes for you, Goopy, I have been on an entire character arc. I have learned, suffered, and struggled, all to hone my skills, and I have come out the other end as a true Cuphead master, and I died to the very first boss in the game. This is going to be a very long video. On my next attempt, though, I managed to secure a victory, because even though it's expert mode, I mean, it's still Goopy. And same with the Root Pack, who I'm able to take out on my very first attempt. The battle's got some small changes, like the Spud fire is a lot quicker and launches a lot more. There are more tears during the garlic section, but overall, I mean, it's the Root Pack. But these easy little romps down memory lane stop right there, as when we get to the frog lovers, the boss has some pretty massive changes. Like in the first phase, now instead of one frog doing an attack and then the other, they fire them both off at the same time. This is pretty overwhelming, as you now gotta deal with these firefly bugs while simultaneously jumping over the boxing gloves. After just a few attempts, I can immediately tell that these levels are going to be a bigger step up in difficulty than I originally thought. And as such, I decide to leave Inkwell Isle 1 for now. Yes, instead, I head to this boatman over here who tells me that Miss Chalice needs help on a far-off island and that he can sail me there. Yes, I've decided to take on the DLC first, as I figured there are bound to be some new goodies here that can help on my expert mode journey. What could legendary Chalice be looking for all the way out here? Gosh, Cuphead, I don't know. I hope she's okay. We sure are far from home. Whoa, my God. Jumpin' jelly beans, you boys made it. I have the most amazing news, and it all has to do with this here cookie. Take a bite and see for yourself. What the heck? Mugman took a bite and what the heck? Oh my God! What the heck? Miss Chalice sent him to the Shadow Realm! Mugman! It worked! It really works! I'm alive again! But now I'm a ghost! Come on, Mugman! What's going on here? Everything's gone topsy-turvy! Follow me, boys! I can explain everything! I do not have a consistent voice for any of these characters. I'm sorry, guys. For ages, I've been trying to find a way to escape the astral plane, but nothing has worked. Until now, boys, let me introduce you to Chef Saltbaker, the greatest chef in all the lands. This guy is evil, isn't he?
Welcome, friends. Welcome to my bakery. Ah, Miss Chalice, I see my cookie has worked wonders on you.
Oh, my stars! What? Oh, is it only temporary? I'm a ghost again!
Oh my, a finicky thing, that cookie. The taste is sweet, but the effect is brief. Fret not, though, my concerned little cups. I've come up with an amazing new recipe. One bite of this Wonder Tart and you'll...
I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore.
One bite of this Wonder Tart and you'll have complete control over the astral plane.
Oh, I'm sure that'll go well.
This Wonder Tart could bring Miss Chalice back to life for good. No swapping places or nothing. Indeed, just one problem. The recipe requires exceptional ingredients set by the most fearsome of foes. Well, if a Wonder Tart is what it takes to bring Chalice back to life, then by golly, we're gonna find those ingredients.
Oh, that's nice. I like that they kind of redesigned Miss Chalice, like even in the spectral form, to like more mirror a Cuphead character.
Stay on your guard, intrepid cups. Fetching those ingredients will be a test of wit and wills. But remember, like any good bake, heart and soul is the secret ingredient.
Okay, so is he gonna take our souls or something like that?
One more thing, chaps. Remember to equip that nifty cookie charm in the menu if you want to battle as Miss Chalice.
Oh, cool. Oh, she's like her own charm? Gain access to her double jump, dash parry, and invincible roll. What? I mean, that seems really cool, but is it better than Smoke Bomb? Recipe for Miss Chalice. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted. Okay, so she uses the same weapon. Oh my God, she's so cute. It's crazy. Look at the milk coming out of her head. So she has a parry dash. Oh, so can she not do a normal parry? Oh no, because her double jump is, okay, yeah, so she doesn't parry like that. She has to parry like this. I see, interesting. And then this is... Oh, so she has an invincible dodge. This is her parry dash, and this is her dodge roll. So she does kind of have a smoke bomb. You just have to get in the habit of doing this. I feel like this character's really good, but I'm just like so trained on Cuphead that I feel like I'm not gonna be good with her. What the heck is it keeps happening? What? Oh, I see. It's trying to show me the dodge roll. Now I'm kind of confused how to get that coin. This is really this is like a gaming journalism moment for sure. Oh, parrying revitalizes her jump.
I don't think that was the case with Mugman or with Cuphead, right? Has that always been the case? I guess it always gave you like a little boost, but this revitalizes your dash?
Oh, and your double jump. Whoa. That is crazy.
That's gonna take some getting used to. Wow, you can do some crazy stuff with her.
And she has 4 HP?
Jesus Christ. Okay, that seems really good. Wow, they had to make her really good to make people actually play as her. All right, I'll give her a try.
Extra. I was joking. Chef Saltbaker wanted best baker in all the lands. Oh, you're them cups that, took out the devil, ain't ya?
Dang, so can you not come here unless you've beaten the game?
This aisle's tough, but if you sent that imp packing, you got suitcases to spare. Here, pals, take a little moolah for doing the world a favor.
Oh my god, 3 coins, thank you. No, I'm definitely not gonna get any of the other equipment because I have the astral cookie. Oh, look, there's new things here. Broken relic. Okay, interesting. Heart ring. Gain 1 HP on your 1st, 3rd, and 6th berry. That seems good. I really want crack shot though. I don't know what the other... Oh, there's no more guns. Okay, cool. I do want to try out Crack Shot, and then I'll just have Roundabout as old reliable. Crack Shot, straight shot with good damage, breaks into weaker aimed projectiles. Who are these guys?
An audience at last! Climbing contest medal ceremony's about to begin. Second place, the only thing left to do is get better for next year. I may have won, but don't look down on anyone for trying to compete.
How do I play? My pals cheered me on, but I let them down. Left the race in 3rd.
How do I do this climbing contest? That seems fun. Gnome way out. Oh, so these aren't... I have to beat this on expert. The King's Leap.
Now, like you saw in the tutorial section, Miss Chalice plays completely differently than Cuphead did. I mean, not being able to smoke bomb through things just feels really unnatural, and having to use the parry dash is just weird. It's not that Miss Chalice is bad, not at all. In fact, from that tutorial, Miss Chalice seems good, like really good. But we're working uphill here, as I've got 14 hours of muscle memory on how Cuphead plays. But I instantly recognize the potential that Miss Chalice has, which would be really useful, as I know some of the expert mode fights are going to give me a lot of trouble. I mean, can you imagine a world that contains expert mode Grim Matchstick? There truly is no god. And as such, I decided to commit to learning Miss Chalice and sticking with her. It's gonna take way more time up front, as I'll be like a baby learning to walk. But I have faith in the long term, I'll end up saving time as I develop my skills with her. And Inkwell Isle 4 is no place to do such a thing. Like that newspaper boy said, the DLC island is on par with the bosses of Inkwell Isle 3, and in my opinion, it's actually a lot harder. That's no place to try and adapt to a completely new character, so I decided to hop back on the boat and take Miss Chalice over to the mainland of Inkwell Isle 1. That way I can get my bearings by practicing on some easy targets. Now, of course, some skills still translate over, I can jump and shoot the same, but immediately I fail the parry on Tater's worm. But on the very next round, I start to get the hang of her dash parry. It's a lot less flexible than Cuphead's and a lot less committal. For Cuphead, you really need to plan out beforehand when you're going to parry, as you need to be coming down the arc of your jump and landing on your target. For Chalice, you just go boop, and you parried something. Now, in addition to the different moveset, Miss Chalice also has different supers. The first one, which is ironically Super Art 3, has Miss Chalice send out a whole bunch of ghosts across the screen. This one is obviously pretty comparable to Cuphead's Energy Beam, and the jury's still kind of out on whether or not it's more damage. It's just kind of complicated. But notably, it leaves this little spear you can parry, which helps you refill that super meter, and also you're able to move around and attack during the attack, making it a little safer. The big thing I immediately noticed in these fights was how Miss Chalice's double jump lets you more easily maneuver around and sort of correct mistakes, giving you more airtime to dodge attacks. Something else of note about Miss Chalice is that even though she starts with an extra HP, the results screen is still graded out of 3. So even in that last fight, I took a hit because I still had 3 HP, and I was able to secure a perfect score. This is important as we need to A rank every single boss in the game and achieve the elusive S rank on someone as well. And speaking of, while practicing my Chalice on regular mode Ribby and Croaks, I managed to snag a perfect score on them, giving me the achievement for getting an A rank on every boss of Inkwell Isle 1. With that, it was time to put on my big boy pants and jump into the very first expert mode Chalice fight against Ribby and Croaks. Like I said earlier, both frogs do their attacks at the same time. This makes Converge really good here, as it can hit both frogs at the same time. It can also easily clear out the fireflies that Croaks spits up top. I can also bring Super number 3 and pop it during the second phase, that way I'm getting double damage and basically skip the phase altogether. Now, a big change they made to expert mode as well as a big nerf to Miss Chalice in this fight is the speed at which the coins fly out of the slot machine. They're hurling at you just so fast, which is the problem, is you need to parry the slot machine handle over here. These coins basically guard you from dashing in to hit the handle. Now, if you were playing as Cuphead, this would be no problem. You just jump over the coins and hit the handle on your way back. Unfortunately, Chalice doesn't really have this same luxury, as she'd have to dash straight into a coin to parry the handle. To this day, I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get through this without taking a hit. I was able to do it like one time like this, but I'm honestly not super sure what happened here. Like, Chalice isn't supposed to be invincible during her dash, so how was I able to get through the coin without sustaining damage in this case? In case you couldn't tell by the fact that literally all of the clips of this final phase have me at 1 single HP, these expert mode versions are pretty tough, real tough. Usually they won't have major differences, but everything in the fight, like the speed, the amount of projectiles, just everything is amped up. But after about 30 minutes, I would discover not just Miss Chalice's super, but the best super art in the entire game, Shield Pal. Unlike most parries that let you perform some sort of huge attack, Shield Pal gives you a buffer that allows you to take a single hit. Now it's important to note that this doesn't heal you, so you can't stack them. You can only have a single Shield Pal active at a time. But while having a Shield Pal, you can build up your super and have another one in reserve. I'm sure by this point you understand how important having a single extra hit point can be, which makes this easily the strongest super in the entire game. And this lets me ignore the attacks from these stupid coins and use Roundabout to, with some precision, take out the slot machine.
Bro, is that an S rank?
Did I just get an S rank by accident? By Chalice cheating? Also, now that I'm much better at this game and don't fall for little noob traps, my opinion is definitely more in line with the reality of these bosses, and as such, I'm gonna throw them all up onto a difficulty tier list. Goopy and the Root Pack obviously go into really easy, while Ribby and Croaks go into a little tricky. Now, in addition to those expert mode boss clears, we've also got a side objective that you may remember in the run and gun level. We need to get through all 6 of them without killing a single enemy. For the most part, this is exactly as it sounds like, just running through the level as quickly as possible, avoiding getting hit by anything. But pretty much all the levels have one or multiple sections where that can't be accomplished. First of which here is Forest Follies.
How do I get over this thing? How do I get over that without killing it? Just like that, I guess?
You could do this.
Oh my god! The sickest man alive! Oh my god, lock me up! Holy crap, I'm twisted. I don't know how to do this part though. This seems just about impossible without killing something. I guess you could always do this. Okay, that would have been awesome though if I nailed it. Okay, you gotta go bop, 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 bop. Oh my god, I'm sick. I am so sick.
So in order to achieve that coveted P rank, you need to come with some creative solutions to each of these problems, which is fun. In general, the P ranks are pretty easy. This one takes me less than 5 minutes though, especially with Miss Chalice, where you get that extra hit to just brute force anything you can't dodge. Next up, we've got Treetop Trouble, which I'm easily able to blaze through, well, at least until the end of the level.
What do I do here? It's a little awkward because this is a boss. So how do we beat this? I just like stay here? Not sure what the game plan is for this. Can I go over him? Oh, I'm gonna die, it seems like, so I'm just gonna try doing this. Oh, that works. Nice! Well, that works, that's easy. Is that a coin right there? Oh, nice! Can't believe I missed that this long.
After that, we've got Cagney Carnation.
Oh my god, that's a lot of things! Oh my god, what did they do to this boss? They cooked on her so much! Oh my god, that's enough slices! Oh no, oh no.
Yes, compared to the other bosses we've seen thus far, Cagney definitely received the biggest bump in difficulty, as now just the pure amount of crap on the screen can just be so much to handle. It's really easy to accidentally let this get out of control here and spiral into a loss. Like take this run for example. I'm doing really well, like I've got 4 health still, and my shield pal. So I'm a little greedy and try to focus on the boss and neglect the 4 falling balls. I then take 3 hits in quick succession while trying to find off all the choppers, and the run's basically over now. Her second phase also got a huge buff now, as she now fires all her projectiles in super quick succession. And since there'd be a boomerang on top and one on bottom, neither the top nor the bottom will be safe. Luckily for Miss Chalice though, using her double jump makes waiting out the topmost boomerang 10 times easier. This one took me about 20 minutes to nail down, with my biggest tip being in your loadout. Be sure to bring both Roundabout and Spread. Roundabout will allow you to stay far away from Cagney and do consistent damage to them. Also, they have a good chance of hitting approaching bulbs. If those bulbs get too close to you though, switch to Spread to easily take them out. I'm throwing Cagney in the can give you some trouble category. Now it's time to head over to Inkwell Isle 2. Now the loyal-eyed Shawnee Do viewer may remember from 3 lunch breaks ago that there was actually one additional boss on Inkwell Isle 1. And yes, you're right, but we're going to be skipping all the plain levels for now. This is for a variety of reasons that will make sense later on, but the primary reason is...
Oh my god, why did they make all the extra plain mode levels so hard? Why did they do this? They're so much harder than every other level in the game.
Now, unfortunately, due to a computer error, I lost my footage for Beppi the Clown and Funhouse Frazzle, and I'm going to throw Beppi into the can give you some trouble category. With those expert modes cleared out, I feel like I'm now familiar enough with Chalice's moveset that it was time to head back to DLC Island.
Really just a feeling I had for no reason in particular, certainly has nothing to do with any of the remaining bosses on Isle 2.
Back on Isle 4, we're up against that dastardly giant again. Now the biggest thing I'll say about the DLC bosses is that they all just have a lot going on. Like take the Devil for example. This is a really tough boss fight, but mostly for reaction times and is tough to dodge attacks.
Here you got like this giant who's got stumps growing out of his beard that you need to be careful to stand on because there are gnomes that have been burrowing inside his fur, and inside his mouth are green gnomes and they're cooking up a stew in a cauldron.
Pull cauldron shoots puffs of smokes at you, but watch out on the ground because the sun has made some more of the gnomes grow into their adult forms, and they now do a giant little shake and shoot yellow corn at you, and I didn't even mention the geese!
Alright, I get it!
So it takes a lot to learn this fight. The main thing you'll need to look out for are all these gnomes and the platforms. Most of the gnome giants' attacks aren't that hard to avoid, like these cauldron puffs that can sort of be jumped over, this bear is pushed in from the sides, but these become 10 times more difficult when the only valid ground you can stand on are these stupid moving stone pillars. This is most frustrating when combined with the godforsaken geese attack. To dodge the geese, you need to duck on these stone pillars, but since they move, you're often moved directly into the line of fire. Your other option is to try falling through the platform, but the burrowed gnomes stick their head out to you, which can easily trap you between a rock and a hard place. You also need to make sure you're using a gun that clears the way, as otherwise these dancing gnomes will get you. Not sure why they get to all be out with their friends, but some must stay burrowed, but I digress. Final thing here is you need to not get hit by the little gnomes that have hammers, as they could block you from getting back onto the pillars. Now the second phase, the giant pulls out 2 hand puppets of King Dice and the Devil, which is kind of like an epic own to spit on their graves after he went in there and just like absolutely killed them. They toss this whoopee cushion thing back and forth between each other. Once again, it's not the giant himself you need to worry about, but his gnome. These gnomes will periodically shoot you out of the ground way up into the air, and they come up quick. The biggest thing to note about this phase is that you really need to bring Twist up for it. If you don't, snagging the hitboxes of his puppets can be pretty tough, and you have to shoot roundabout shots at this weird ankle that makes you have to get way too close. So take that, Twist Up haters! I like Twist Up, and I'm not afraid to say it. Once you beat him there, Glumstone kind of crashes out and smashes the platform and swallows you, making the last third of this boss fight go down against his uvula. And say what you will about this DLC, but god dang did they go all out on the budget for this. I mean, adding an entire second environment for this boss is just really cool. This part of the fight actually tripped me up pretty hard, because these little bone alligators you have to jump between seemingly rotate through a variety of attacks for no rhyme and no reason. Now there is a way to tell what these gators are gonna do, but I wouldn't discover that until much later. So I'm leaving you in the dark too. How about that? Not so fun being Captain Hindsight and be able to laugh at my poor, feeble, and stupid footage, is it? How do you like being in the dark? Let's see your 7C clear. I managed to nail down the first 2 phases pretty tight, but my confusion with the final phase still leaves me to take a lot of unnecessary damage. Luckily for me though, I got those first phases down pat, and I can arrive at the final phase with enough extra hits to face tank all the additional damage. I'm able to win and secure myself the gnome berries. Next up, I see a ladder coming down from the sky, so I decide to head up it. The king inside explains that this is his own personal parry gauntlet. We'll need to go up against his 5 bosses without using any of our weapons or charms, only using parries to deal damage. And even though charms are banned here, the king is only referring to ones that deal damage. We're still fine to use Miss Chalice or Smoke Bomb. And you're thinking this is gonna be another short roll in the hay like we had with the parry gauntlets at Miss Chalice's Mausoleum. You got another thing coming, buddy, okay? We're gonna be here a while, so buckle up. First up are his pawns, and this one's definitely the easiest. The pawns just fall down from the sky, and you need to parry them when they dash at you. This one feels just like 10 times easier with Miss Chalice, so it takes me all of 2 tries to clear it. But the same cannot be said for our next opponent, the Knight.
What the heck? Huh? What? Okay. I don't think I understand. 2. Does he do it like a certain amount of times or something? And then on 3 he strikes? Yep. Okay. I got it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope. That's not how it works at all. Jesus. How do you do this? This is a tough one. Obviously like roll dodge, right? Okay. What am I supposed to do here? His attack is so untelegraphed. Okay, maybe just every time you always try and dodge it. Yeah, that makes more sense. I didn't even get a hit on him.
This really stumped me for a good long while until I went to the internet and realized that this dash attack thing he does is supposed to be unfair. See, the little taunt that the knight does is trying to indicate to you that in order to fight him, you'll need to stay close. If you don't follow that, he does this little rushing attack that we saw earlier that's not only unpredictable and hard to dodge, but doesn't leave an opening for you to parry him. If you actually stay close to the knight, he becomes much easier, as instead of performing that really tough dash attack, he's only got 3 attacks that all leave him extremely vulnerable. First up, he's got the poke, where he'll stab his swords upward into the air, and then briefly get tired, letting you parry him. This is definitely the most frequent attack he uses. It's the easiest to avoid, but the hardest to punish. Since he's poking up, as long as you move a little in the direction he's stabbing, he can't really touch you. However, if you get too far away, then you won't be able to come back in for a parry. It's really up to you to gauge the distance between these 2 attacks. Next up, we've got the sword slice. The knight telegraphs this one pretty obviously as the eye guard on his helmet flips up. Then he slices in a semicircle around the character. This is definitely the best attack for you to see coming up, because not only is it easy to dodge, but if you're positioned right, you can punish it with 2 parries in a row. Finally, it definitely is hardest to avoid attack is another straight dash across the screen, but with this one having a little out of breath punish period. This, like I said, is definitely the hardest to avoid, as you need to dash over him correctly. However, if you time it right, it's an easy punish. This fight is definitely the most annoying to understand, but once you get the hang of it, he can go down pretty easy. The biggest piece of advice is just to go as slowly as possible here. Don't get greedy and go for parries when it might be close. Just always dodge and parry if you can. Next up is the bishop, and honestly, this is probably the easiest fight in the set. You just need to manually touch every single candle, putting it out, which will then make the bishop's head able to be parried. Then you need to avoid these 2 little bells that are flying flying around the screen. Also, I forgot to mention this, but for every boss you defeat here, the king gives you 2 coins, which is really nice, because I was really wondering how the heck we were gonna get those last shop items with no more running guns. In my opinion, our next boss, the Rook, is the hardest boss in the king's set.
He's thinking about a guillotine? He's gooning to the guillotine? That's kind of awesome. More power to you, brother.
Okay, before we get to the fight itself, I just want to touch on how hilarious and amazing this boss is from a visual standpoint. He's an old-style executioner, and he flings skulls and heads at you. And because he's an executioner, he's in love with a guillotine. But while doing this fight, I was like, who are those heads? There's one male and one female that he keeps chucking at us. Now, according to the Cuphead wiki, these are supposed to be King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, who both, of course, famously died by execution. Now, I have no way of knowing if this is true, but if it is, that is freaking hilarious. And when you parry them, they even get a smile on their face knowing that they're the ones damaging the executioner for once. Anyway, this fight can be pretty tricky to get a handle on. Like I said, he flings these heads at you, with some being skeletons and others being this pink parryable ones. You need to knock back the pink heads, but it's not enough to just parry them, as that just sends them in the opposite direction. This leads to a lot of the heads you parry just landing on the ground, completely missing the Rook. You need to follow the heads and oftentimes hit them 2 or even 3 times. This sort of gets complicated when combined with the continued assault of heads he's throwing down. And to further complicate this all, sparks from the axe trickle out crossing the floor, so you need to carefully track your fall to the bottom. The biggest piece of advice I try to follow here is to not drive too many cars. Instead of trying to send back each and every head that comes my way, I make sure to follow one across the screen and really make sure that it hits its target. This one just takes a lot longer, with a lot of downtime and waiting for you to connect the head for the one to be sent to you. So there's way more opportunity to get hit, but thankfully I'm able to clear this one too. Last up, we've got the Queen, and this one's pretty easy. She's got these cannons in the background that will periodically light up with a pink fuse, and you just need to parry it to fire the cannons. The only attack you really need to watch out for is when she rains jewels upon you. And with that, we had finished the King's Leap. What the heck is the gauntlet? Yes, even though we had finished all the bosses, we now need to beat them in a special gauntlet the king has set up where we do them all back to back to back. Now, thankfully, we are healed in between each fight, but you still need to do it without losing a single one. And even though these bosses are all doable in theory, I can tell you as someone who has been Pantheon 4 and Hollow Knight that doing them back to back just makes them 400 times harder. Most of it is really having to get through all of the bosses, only to immediately fail on the Knight or the Rook, though one time I did embarrassingly die on the Bishop. In hindsight, I'm sure there were lots of other charms that would have been way better for this, like Twin Heart or Heart Ring, but you know, I'm just the #1 Chalice fan and I will never back down. This takes me about 45 minutes, but I wouldn't say that speaks to the difficulty as much as the length, but regardless, I'm able to finally close the door on the King's Castle. And for my efforts, I'm sure I've got the finest reward waiting for me.
Wonder of wonders, I've never met such unmatched strength and endurance. Alright, what's my reward? I bestow upon thee the greatest gift of all, the king's admiration. Is that it? Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought I was gonna get something. Oh, okay, whatever, I guess. The king's admiration. All right, sure.
I mean, would it have really been so hard to, I don't know, give some cheap filter for all my effort? Or like turn his ladder gold or something? Well, with all my new cash burning a hole in my pocket, I decide to buy out the rest of the remaining charms. First up, we've got Twin Heart that gives you 2 hearts, but lowers your attack by 10%. Heart Ring, which gives you an additional hit point on your 1st, 3rd, and 6th parry of the fight. And Whetstone, which gives you a little axe when you parry. All of which I will never use. And I feel bad because Heart Ring's actually a pretty good relic, but I mean, if there wasn't already enough competition with Smoke Bomb, now they all need to compete against the power of playing as Miss Chalice. I also picked up a mysterious charm called the Broken Relic, which apparently does nothing. And sorry, buddy, if I want some sort of expensive weird relic that I have to carry with me that does absolutely nothing, I would have gone into NFTs. Next up, we've got another boss fight, this one against the Moonshine Mob. This one is definitely the easiest of the fights on Inkwell Isle 4, but it's still a pretty high standard to uphold. This one's got 3 levels of vertical bridges, so you know I'm bringing roundabout here. Each phase has you going up against a different member of the Moonshine Mob. Starting out with Charlie Left Legs, the gangster spider here. He's got 3 main moves. One where he calls in backup with all these fly goons, one where he rains down a bunch of bombs upon you, and one where he kicks his own caterpillar goon. Dear Lord! This is what happens when you join a gang, kids. Kicked in the behind by a spider. The caterpillar then flies around the screen trying to hit you. Also, the fuzz show up. Get it? Like, they're bugs? And also cops? Wait, that joke would have worked better on the bee policeman before. Is there time to go back? The cops will periodically come out and shoot their pesticide guns at Charlie, but of course are terrible shots, and most of the time just end up hitting you. This phase can be pretty overwhelming, but I'm a Cuphead master now, and can take it down with my 3rd attempt and get on to the 2nd phase.
Okay, now what? Those things seem bad. The barrels seem bad. Oh, whoosh, this fine, honey. Oh no. Oh no. Immediately, oh no. What? Okay. Oh, only the red one's hurt. Well, how was I supposed to know that? Okay, yellow means it's about to go, and then you dodge roll. Dang. The dance is over, there's no excuse, you can't handle the giggle juice?
I play around with bringing Twist up here, but it's too difficult to predict Charlie's location with it, and most of the time it ends up doing nothing at all. But it is really for the 2nd phase here. For this 2nd phase, all of these music ledgers will fly around, and when they turn red, you need to completely avoid them. You're supposed to like jump around the arena in the space you've been relegated to. Luckily for us, Chalice has still got her invincible roll that we can completely bypass here. Though once again, you still need to look out for the cops. But using this technique still makes this phase super easy, so we can take out the dancing lady and move on to the 3rd phase of the fight.
What? Who's this? Monkey? Who the heck is always the boss? It's the Zootopia style situation. What the heck? Why'd he stick his tongue out like that? I didn't like it. What the heck? He's eating his... Oh, it's an anteater. That's actually really cool and smart, and I actually love it. Can I parry the tongue? Am I supposed to parry the tongue? I cannot tell. Well, I didn't do a great job if I was supposed to. Actually, I did pretty good. Okay.
Now, the real reason I was struggling so much in this boss fight is because the first phase would go on again for so long that I ended up just getting weakened down. It turns out that that's because I was bringing the wrong equipment. You see, my usual crew of Roundabout, Spread, and Twist Up were all pretty bad here, as you'd be seldom hitting him. So I decided to try out a few other weapons. So it was here that another weapon would enter the pantheon of the best Cuphead weapons, along with Spread and Roundabout, Crackshot. Crackshot is an interesting case, as it has two modes. You'll notice when I fire the shot, it shoots out this big bullet, and then midway through, it cracks, and then becomes this short little bullet. As I'm sure you could have guessed, the big bullet does a lot more damage, which is great for when you can get up close and personal with the enemy. But if you can't, this little cracked particle does less damage, but is homing. This is excellent for when you can't get right up in an enemy's face, because no matter what, your shot will hit. And you don't have to commit to the low damage homing, you can just try and hit with the stronger uncracked version. You'll find this is really good in a lot of these upcoming DLC fights, as they fly around and put themselves in harder to reach locations, which Crackshot is excellent for. I think most fights you still want Roundabout and Spread, but right there at number 3 is Crackshot. This makes getting consistent damage on Charlie much easier and can sometimes even let you kill off the policemen before they shoot at you with their insecticide puff. It only takes me a few attempts after introducing Crackshot to get to the final phase with 3 HP, more than I ever had before. The third phase is by far the toughest though, as the opportunities to hit the anteater's tongue are few and far between. It's also very hard to avoid all his bug balls while also not getting tongue, but through my pure gamer skills...
Oh, nice! Ooh! Wow, Crackshot. What? You said knockout! Wait, it's over! What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. I almost lost that one. Holy crap.
Next up, we gotta walk over to this igloo and take on Mortimer Freeze, who is one of the hardest fights on the entire island. Or, I guess he would have been. You see, I was really struggling to take on this boss. I mean, he's generally probably top 5 hardest bosses in the game, with his stupid icicles, bouncing ice cubes, and the freaking whale. I always get hit by the whale. But after like 30 minutes of attempts, I got a run going where I've already taken 2 hits, and everything seemed doomed. But then something strange happened. You see, Mortimer usually flies back and forth across the screen, firing his various attacks at you. And he's flying back and forth, and forth, and he's not really firing off any attacks here.
What's going on? He's not doing anything. What the heck's going on? He's just kind of like jumping back and forth? What? What's going on? Is this intended? What's going on? What'd I do? Is this gonna end or what's going on?
This goes on for an actual 3 minutes straight until...
all right. Okay then.
And yeah, that counted as a win, I guess. So yeah, I guess I don't really need to do that. Great. Beating Mortimer opens up his ice bridge, which leads the way to the mysterious graveyard.
Say, young fry, I'm hot on the trail of mystery, but I'm stumped. The contest of skill. That broken artifact to the eerie graveyard. I've discovered potent astral energy in all of these places. There must be an order and a method to it.
Clearly, this is some kind of puzzle, and my initial thought is that the contest of skill was referring to the mini-games at King's Leap. But I had no luck there, so I waddle around looking for whatever sort of skill contest he could be talking about.
Oh, do they mean this?
I may have won, but don't look down. Okay, so down is 1. Second place, the only thing left to do is get better. Okay, left is 2. But I let him down, left. So just down, left, down, left. What does that mean? Oh, maybe you start with the ghost. Okay. So we have this ghost. Wait, where's the ghost? There was a ghost. I have the charm on. Yeah, okay. And you go down, left, okay. Well, now what? Now if I go back, are they saying the same thing? No, it's still the same thing. Down, left, down, left.
This trips me up for longer than I'd like to admit, until I eventually realized that they're all individual directions. So click the down gravestone, then the left gravestone, and then the one that's down and left, meaning the corner. Don't know why it took me so long to figure that out, but honestly, I'm not sure how I got to here in general with this rotten brain of mine.
Take a little nap, sure. This doesn't seem good. Why is the hourglass broken? Oh, I'm in hell. Or heaven. There's an angel and a devil. What the hell is going on? What the flip? What the hell? Okay, the bar doesn't hurt you when it's... Oh, you can change who's the angel and who's the devil. Oh, I see. So when you're looking at the devil, the bar is fire, but then it's water. So you can change who you're attacking. I see, okay. Wow, that is really complicated. That is really tough. What the hell? It's impossible.
Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I really do not like this boss fight. Like, really really do not like it. Like I pointed out earlier, the direction you're facing controls what side the characters are each on, with the devil always being the direction you're facing. The devil, of course, shoots fireballs that damage you. When you turn your back, the angel's able to defuse them. Now, this would honestly be a pretty fine mechanic, but the problem with this comes from the fact that when the angel's at your back, he's firing placeholder balls. And though these balls don't do anything, when you turn towards them, they turn into fireballs. This makes it incredibly confusing to know when to jump. The biggest change I made immediately upon understanding the fight was swapped back to Cuphead, as Smoke Bomb was going to be insanely helpful in winning this fight. I also choose Crack Shot as my weapon, so I just don't even have to worry about aiming it. After combing the internet, the best method I found was to stand all the way on one side of the arena and always face the other direction. The only time you should turn around is when the big bar comes. But even then, if you can just Smoke Bomb through it, that's preferred. This makes jumping around the fireballs just about your only obstacle you need to worry about. And combined with the fact that Crack Shot is just doing consistent damage, it makes this fight much more manageable. Even with this strategy though, I just do not like this boss fight. It feels completely random, even though the vibes on it are immaculate. For being the devil, I received the achievement A Horrible Night to Have a Curse, which is not exactly what I like to hear after going through all of that.
Could it be? The fabled cursed relic, long thought to lost the time, awoken at last. Ocean ratings that says it despises bravery. With a greater foe, more evil shall go. What could it mean?
Now this becomes an actually pretty long and complicated side quest. I know, I didn't think Cuphead had those, so let me break this down for you. After completing the secret angel and devil boss fight, our broken relic has transformed into cursed relic, jinxed curio that inflicts various status ailments. And that is like the understatement of a lifetime.
Oh, I have 1 HP. Wait, what the heck? What? Now I'm using Converge? Oh, okay. Every time I click X, it changes my weapon. Okay. Oh, and it's completely random. Okay. Heard. Well, I guess I'm using Lobber for now.
So yeah, lots happening there. Basically, our cursed relic here has the potential to become one of the best relics in the entire game, Divine Relic. This is a charm that combines the abilities of Smoke Bomb's invincible dash, Coffee's passive super meter charge, Whetstone's axe parries, and Heart Ring's healing parry. But right now, it's broken. And like the ghost said, we need to power it up by showing it bravery, meaning beating bosses. Currently, it's giving us weaker versions of all those perks, like the Smoke Bomb in every 8 dashes, or a slower rate of passive super meter charge. The far more impactful part about it though, being the two big curses it puts on you. First, you load into every single fight with 1 HP. And secondly, and probably much worse, every time you stop shooting, you change weapons. Not between the 2 weapons you picked, but every single weapon in the game. Now, your first thought might be upon realizing this, okay, well, just never stop shooting. However, for whatever reason, dashing counts as you stopping shooting. So every single time you dash, you change your weapon. This makes fighting any boss really difficult because just about every shot you fire is gonna miss. My initial instinct with this was try and fight it, and find the weapons I want. But really, you're better off just trying to fire off and deal damage with whatever the hell you got.
God, this is so bad. I could do it all 1 HP. Changing every dash is rough, man.
Now, to power up the cursed relic, you need 16 points. And you get points the first time you kill a boss with the broken relic equipped. Of course, the harder the boss, the more points you get. So bosses on aisle 1 give you 2 points, aisle 2 gives you 2.5, and so on. So in short, broken relic is kind of like a challenge run where you have to beat a boss with 1 HP and really bad weapons, but you get to plot out what your run is. This is honestly really cool to me, and I love things in games like this where you have to put some sort of strategy into the way you approach things. Now, the first couple of batches of points are easy, as even though you only have 1 HP, I mean, it's Inkwell Aisle 1. And thankfully, you don't have to play an expert, just playing on standard gets the job done. Of course, I take out the Root Pack, Goopy, Cagney, and Ribby and Croaks, who all go down without really any issue, each taking less than 5 minutes. Now, the other cool part about Broken Relic is as you get more points, it becomes stronger. So with those 4 Aisle 1 boss kills, I've got 8 points, powering me up to the 3rd level. In most regards, this is pretty insignificant, except to power up to Heart Ring, now only needing a single parry to get you a 2nd heart, which is good as we've run out of aisle 1 bosses. Well, I mean, there is one more, but I refuse to engage with the plane. I refuse. Now, I attempted to blast through a fight with Sally Stageplay, but even though she's really easy, when you don't have a consistent damage source, it makes avoiding her copious amounts of attacks pretty tough. But with no other easy bosses left, who was I gonna use to get my last 8 points? Well, luckily for me, there are 9 more bosses lined up that are on the same level of difficulty as those back on Inkwell Aisle 1, and that's King Dice's minions. And what's nice here too is that there are opportunities to get additional hearts. Like by landing on this first spot, I can get an additional heart back. Then I can land on spot 4 and get another heart, and now I'm at 3 HP feeling good. On the same run, I can now take out Fear Lamp, 8-Ball, and Mr. Chimes. Each of King Dice's minions net you a single point, so that gives me 5, meaning I only need 3 more. Chips and Cigar, easy targets, meaning that I've now only got 1 minion remaining. But there's a small problem here. The final 2 remaining King Dice minions are far and away the ones I'm the worst at. In fact, I've never bravery and successfully killed the two of them. I decided to set my sights on the rabbit though. Why? I don't know, man, it just seemed right. The nice thing now is that my cursed relic is so powered up that it's now giving me a smoke bomb dash every other dash. And because it's so important to have smoke bomb in this fight to avoid the spinning skulls, I can burn a dash before the attack happens, ensuring that my smoke bomb is now prepared. I have the benefit too of being able to go in with the heart from whatever the first boss I take out is, give me an extra hit and usually a super. But all this is still not enough to understand how the hell I'm supposed to avoid this falling suits attack. I still don't know what to do here. Simple, really. I reset the fight until I get a board that would give me a heart on spot 1 and 5. When added with the parries from the olive, this gives me 4 HP, letting me face tank them all, and boom, 16 points. And with that, we snag the Paladin achievement. Our cursed relic had now been upgraded to Divine Relic, the best relic in the entire game. Kinda. You see, I didn't lie before. Divine Relic does give you the full effects of essentially every other charm in the game with no loopholes. Gives you smoke bomb on every dash, extra hearts on your first, third, and sixth parries, whetstone axe on every parry, and even has a stronger effect than coffee, giving you 1.2 additional boost to your super meter per second. Problem is, it still changes your weapon every single time you stop firing. I'm not sure if this was like a way to nerf Divine Relic for making it stupidly good, or if the devs actually thought that this was really overpowered since you could, in theory, have access to every weapon in the game. In practice, though, this is terrible. No amount of benefits can outweigh the fact that you don't have consistent damage. But don't count Divine Relic out yet, because there is a place where it garners tons of use, and that's in plane levels. In plane levels, you only have 2 weapons to choose between, the pea shooter and the bomb. So the only downside the Divine Relic provides is just that the change weapons button is now the shoot button. It's a really good habit to get into. While smoke bomb isn't super useful in the air levels, the other 3 complement each other super well. Firstly, having the whetstone attack on your parries can be very useful in tons of situations, as we'll see later on. But the main reason is the combo of coffee and heart ring. Behind chalice and smoke bomb, heart ring is definitely sitting there at the number 3 best charm. But its only problem is that before you get the 6th parry, you build no super meter. But with Divine Relic, you eliminate that problem and get the benefits of heals and super meter. Now that I got all that explanation out of the way, let's address the gameplay. What the hell is this? Dude, how are you supposed to know which way that's starting? Oh, not the stars, not the stars. God dang it. Dude, the fast ha is driving me crazy. What the hell am I supposed to do there? Dude, not the UFOs. God damn it. Dude, I'm trying everything here. There's too many things on the screen to even track. Damn it. Oh my god. Why on earth did they make expert mode Hilda so hard? What the actual hell? What on earth were they cooking? Yes, like I alluded to earlier, all the expert mode plane bosses for some reason got turned up to 11, surpassing any of the other bosses in the game. Like, I know I exaggerate in my videos a lot, and yeah, of course Cuphead is a hard game, but in my standard mode playthrough, I was just learning, nothing was really unfair. But this is just insane, the amount they tuned up this fight. And let's keep in mind, this is after 30 hours of Cuphead training. Now, I didn't explain this fight too much the first time I went through, so let me give you a brief breakdown. Hilda's fight is cut up into 4 stages that she cycles between, at least in expert mode. Hilda herself, the Gemini, the Archer, and the Moon. The Gemini are definitely the easiest of them, as all that happens is she just throws down this rotating disc that shoots out bullets. In all honesty though, I have no idea how this works. It feels like the bullets just start firing in random directions and then just start rotating from there. But for the most part, I'm able to avoid it. In Hilda's main phase, the biggest thing you need to look out for is the tornadoes she spits out. These can very easily corner you, especially in combination with the bolt spread from these godforsaken green mini zeppelins. It's very easy to take damage. Now this Archer phase is definitely the most annoying, as these blue stars home in on your location, and oh my god, I hate them. They just chase you around forever unless you shoot them down with your bomb. You just have to deal with them until the very end of the phase. I struggled with this phase so much until I eventually just looked up a tutorial on how the hell I was supposed to get through all this. So huge shout out to Mr. Cap. His S-rank tutorials were a gigantic help in getting all of my expert mode clears. I used so many of them, and I'll even reference a lot of these techniques throughout the video. So if you're looking to complete the 300 yourself, please give him a watch. He has like so many good techniques, like, you know, what weapons to bring, when to use your super, you know, all that kind of stuff. Speaking of super, that's the best way to get past this phase, just saving your super for when he fires off the big blue stars. This will blow them up and simultaneously give you huge damage on this god-awful phase. Another thing you should be really looking out for are the pink parryable bullets. In plane levels, parries are more important than ever, as Divine Relic gives you 3 heals. But this boss genuinely proved too much for me. So after 2 straight hours of grinding, I genuinely needed to take a break and decided to come back later, which, like, for me is insane because I'm usually so stubborn that I just do something until I get it. That's how you know I was getting frustrated here. Instead, I head back to aisle 2 for my expert clear on Bon Bon. I'm honestly not sure why I stopped doing the DLC here. I guess I just got distracted. Anyway, I was pretty scared for this Bon Bon clear, but honestly, just 5 minutes in.
Nice. Hit that parry. Okay, that's sick. Who's it? Waffle? Oh god, there it all goes. It's all going down now. Oh, wait a second. Hold up! Oh my god, I forgot I was insane! Oh my god, I forgot I was the best Miss Child's player ever existed! Holy crap, I'm sick with her! Oh my god, they don't know how sick I am with her! Holy crap. Nobody Chalice is like me, brother. Oh, and I have a 5th hit in case I even get hit! Am I about to do this hit list? That would be crazy. It's very possible. Okay. Oh my god, did I just S-rank that? I mean, not that it really matters, but that would be cool. Oh no, wow, I just S-ranked that casually, wow. Had I actually gotten good at this game? Oh my god, all the training. I warped Cuphead around my fingertips. In fact, I was overwhelming with hubris. I could do anything. And just like that, I felt myself molding my very own wax wings and heading straight into the fight with, oh my god, Grim Matchstick, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind, Shawnee? Is it time to revisit my greatest blunder? What the hell could, he was already expert. The hell could it be like on Expert? The clouds used to move like this? I don't really remember. And no, I'm not crazy. They changed how our old friend Matchstick works significantly here in Expert mode. Now the clouds move towards him as opposed to in regular mode where they move away from him. Now I suspect this was done to make the fight harder, like you're constantly closing in on his hitbox, but honestly, in my opinion, it makes the fight easier. Wait, why does this feel so easy? What's going on? And I'm not joking, on my literal third attempt. Holy crap! I can't believe I just did that. Look how far I've come, dear simpletons. My Cuphead skills are now unmatched. And for that, I'll put Bon Bon into a little tricky, and even though it took me almost no time at all to pick up the kill on Creme Matchstick, I'm just gonna assume that was either lucky or due to my 4 billion hours fighting him on regular mode, so I'm still putting him in tough. And I guess old Shawnee couldn't care less about saving Miss Chalice from the astral plane, as instead of heading back to the DLC island, I decide to knock out the second P rank here on Isle 2, Funfair Fever. Now, it'd be on this level that I learned something interesting about P ranks. There are many enemies in the game you can parry without actually killing them. Like in this level, these pink balloons can be infinitely parried and never done. Well, this is particularly useful on Miss Chalice, as you can just repeatedly parry it until you build up your super, and then use it to get shield pound. Then you can build up a backup super meter, effectively giving you 6 HP. This is super useful, as there are certain points in this level where you're forced to take damage, notably to get over these cannons and the jukebox machine. This lets me arrive at the snack section with my full 4 HP, and consequently get hit by tons of the flying condiments, which I inevitably do. Then at the end, you can just full-on vault over the hot dog and finish out the level. With that completed, I guess I remembered what I was supposed to be doing this whole time and head back to Inkwell Isle 4. Let's try out this one, High Noon Hoopla. Oh, it's a plane level? Nope! I'm just gonna do that later. I've got enough plane in my life for now. There's one other level I need to tackle here, so I'll do that one first. This one's called Doggone Dogfight. That's gotta be another plane level, it looks like. Alright, so the last 2 levels are both plane levels, so that's unfortunate. Oh, this isn't a plane level. Oh, cool. They just automatically gave me Twist Up and... oh no, I have Divine Relic on. And after loading back in with Twist Up and Roundabout, I'm able to breeze through the first phase pretty easily here. This dog just shoots out some pretty easy to avoid attacks, while this plain dog shoots out tennis balls at you. The second phase is even easier, with these mini dogs flying in a circle, shooting slow moving letters at you. What are they spelling? Woof? Wob? Who's Wob? I'm familiar with a Wob. Oh, hate this. Hate this, hate this, hate this. Any machinery in Cuphead sucks. Every single piece of machinery. If you see a robot roll up, run, man. Who's Wob? I still don't know. Oh, they're saying bow. I'm such a moron. Holy crap. It's actually insane how stupid I am. I'm like, who the hell's Wob? But the third phase is where this boss gets kicked up several notches. You know, this might be a good spot for Twist Up, actually. What the hell? Oh, absolutely not. Oh no. Oh, absolutely not. I gotta turn my head this way? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, thank you. What the hell? Oh my god. I cannot tell what's going on at all. Oh my god. This is torture. This is actual torture. I have no idea what's going on. Oh yes, give me this. This I know. I was actually turning my head. Wait, do I control the plane? Oh my god, I do. What the flip, man? The hell was... oh my god, I almost won? I had no idea what I was doing. Now, this phase tripped me up for a very long time, as when the screen flips, the controls do not. It's kind of hard to explain, but like when the screen is now at a 90-degree angle, my thought would be you now need to press down in order to move like more towards the bottom of the screen, which used to be left. Unfortunately, the game treats it as if you hadn't flipped at all, and since moving left would originally move you to like the left of the plane, that still moved left. Does that make sense? No? Well, good. You're in the same spot as me then. I really struggled here until eventually I find a setting called R control. It defaults to A, but if you set it to B, then the controls would mirror the actual directions you would envision on the screen. This makes 10 million times more sense to me, and I ended up beating the battle like 2 attempts after discovering this. But now we had nothing left but Isle 4's plane level, Esther Winchester. And similar to a lot of other plane levels, this one had a thick learning curve. I mean, in the first 5 seconds, Esther shot me with an ink bottle, pulled a cactus across the screen, there's a hawk throwing a dynamite that explodes, a horseshoe shoots bullets, and just when I'm starting to think I understand, she whips out a vacuum? The hell? The hell's all this? What does he do? Oh, dang, she got rid of the house. Okay. Oh. It was Perry money. Perry money? Money? Perry the money. Alright, that was like the stupidest joke.
Yes, this vacuum phase is even tougher to understand than her first phase, as there's just objects flying at you from every single direction. At least in the sucking attack, everything seems to have a rhyme and reason. In the bank vault attack, it feels like there are things flying up top, from the bottom, side to side. There's just so much to handle at once. And I'm just saving my super here to try and blast through this as quickly as possible.
Acme, what? She turned herself into sausage! That's... That's so goddamn funny. Oh my god, I love this game. That is so freaking funny.
I want to make this very clear though. Despite the eventual disdain you'll see I hold for this boss in the expert mode run through, design-wise, this is one of the most fun bosses in the entire game. She's a bank robber that shoots snake oil at you, tries to vacuum up money, accidentally sucks herself into her own vacuum, turns herself into a sausage, and eventually...
Okay, this seems good. What the heck? Oh my god, she got packaged! Oh, damn it! Oh, I thought I was gonna get a heart ring off that. What kind of noise is she making? Oh, yes! Oh my god! Whew! Defeat every boss in Inkwell Island 4. Oh, okay. I guess the chef isn't a bad guy. I thought there was gonna be like some big boss fight with him at the end, but I guess not. If that's every boss in Inkwell Island 4, then okay.
We did it! That was the last ingredient we need for the Wonder Tart. Let's get back to the Saltbaker lickety-split.
Alright, whatever you say. I'm gonna just put on my astral cookie just in case. You know, it's said that I beat every boss, but you can never be too safe. Alright, Saltbaker's Bakery. Where is he? Oh, there's a basement. Oh, yep, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh yeah, nobody's ever had those teeth and been good.
Welcome back, you meddlesome brats. I didn't think you'd be back so soon.
This is giving boss fight, guys. Look at the knife.
No matter, it's too late to stop me now. The Wonder Tart will be my finest work yet. A shame I never told you about the most important secret ingredient.
If he says your souls.
A living soul. What did I say? While you suckers are out doing my bidding, I nabbed your little friend here.
Oh, Cuphead! No!
When his soul is baked into the Wonder Tart, the cosmic powers of the astral plane will be mine.
Mugman, Miss Chalice, you gotta help me.
But first, I'll take those ingredients, and then I'll use your heads as serving dishes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. More in line. This is gonna not be good, is it? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. It's been 12 seconds. It's been 3.5 seconds. Oh god. Okay, I think I'm gonna need Twist Up. Alright. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need Twist Up for this. I'll bring Twist Up in roundabout. Oh my god, man. First of all, look, come on, get that, come on, Chalice, what are you doing? You're killing me. Oh my god, man. Oh no, this is no. Dude, oh, this is not gonna be good. Oh no. I got a bad feeling about this, y'all. Dude, what? This is like... I feel like I'm fighting the freaking devil again. What the heck? God! Christ alive, man!
Now, in case you hadn't realized by now from my general reaction here, this is without a doubt the hardest fight in the entire game. But let's go over what the hell is going on here. Chef here will attack you with all the various accoutrements that we collected for him throughout our DLC journey. First, and perhaps most annoying, are the boomerang limes, as he'll cut these up and they'll fly back and forth across the stage. These feel like they persist forever and completely block you off from landing on the stage. Next up are these sugar cubes from Mortimer Freeze. These, similar to his battle, will bounce up and down the screen in a parabola. Then we've got these animal cracker things that jump at you from the left half of the screen to the right, and finally the gnome berries that home in on you. All these attacks would be easy to dodge solo, but when they're all happening at once, that just becomes utter chaos. And all of this is only further emphasized by the true evil that hides behind this fight. This stupid flame. Words cannot express to you how much damage I've taken to this godforsaken spit of fire. He just jumps at completely random intervals and there's like no way to avoid it. Just hop, skip, jumping all around whenever the heck he feels like it. The other thing that's pretty rough about this phase and this fight in general is Chef Saltbaker's hitbox. It's like all the way up here, where you can't really reach him with any traditional weapons. Spread, roundabout, even Twist Up doesn't give you nearly enough range to move around the arena, instead only letting you be in the little area right below him. This leaves our only option for a weapon as Crackshot, with no opportunity to hit Saltbaker with the non-cracked version. This does let us focus on dodging, but of course has abysmal DPS, meaning this phase is really slow. Now, spoilers for the rest of this fight, this is the hardest phase by far. It's genuinely one of the hardest phases in all of Cuphead, but if you somehow manage to get past it...
What is that?
What did he put inside of himself? What the hell is that?
Feel like I want to be roundabout pilled here? Can I kill these things? Yes. Okay, and that's how you do damage to him, I see. Okay, so then I want to use Crackshot now. Or maybe I just keep spamming turnaround, or roundabout. Stupid fire, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, I was so close to getting an extra heart.
Now this phase is definitely easier than the first, but still very tough. Once again, this is just very bullet hell where there's like so many projectiles for you to dodge on the screen. Like I said in the live clip, you need to do enough damage that the pepper shakers fly into Saltbaker a set number of times, and that's how you do damage to him. For this reason, roundabout is the perfect weapon here, as you're always shooting at one of the pepper shakers. Try not to hang out too close to the middle, as the flame can easily hit you there. Now I do want to clarify, this is the hardest fight in the game. It is a very, very hard fight, but what you probably forgot is that I'm the greatest to ever do it! Nobody games like me, brother! Chalice pill, chalice pill, chalice pill, and after just 20 minutes of practice!
Okay, this seems good, I think. Oh, I shattered him? Oh, he's salt inside. I guess that makes sense, he was a salt shaker. What the heck is this? Okay, I understand. Oh my god, this is sick! What is that? Oh, his heart can be parried. Oh my god, I didn't realize what was happening. I was looking at the background. The mark of my salinity shall scar thy fired glade.
And on my very next attempt,
Huge! Oh my god, this is sick. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, yes, I can parry that. All right, easy. Got it. Okay, I'm just gonna keep crack shotting. Oh my god, I'm so sick with it, it's crazy! Oh, I have a shield pal, bro. It's so easy for me. Holy crap. Okay, come on, we gotta be close, right? I don't know how much longer I don't know, I got shield pal, I can do this all day. Oh, all right, well, never mind. Okay, come on, okay, I'm sorry, come on, I'm running out of juice. Yes! Bro! Oh my god. That honestly, that was not as hard as the devil, or maybe I just got a lot better at this game. Cuphead! Oh, he's back. Aw.
Thank goodness you're okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Chalice.
That dastardly Saltbaker, he had us hoodwinked the whole time.
Oh no.
Gadzooks! The splice is coming down. Let's get out of here.
Wait, isn't she a ghost? Oh, Salt, we didn't even kill him? I thought we kind of killed him. No, my bakery! Well, serves him right for duping us. But with a bakery to Thord, you're never gonna get the wonder tot, Miss Chalice.
That's okay. If some poor soul has to be sacrificed for me to live again, that just ain't worth it.
Why don't you kill the Salt Man?
But mark my words, boys, I'm never gonna stop searching.
Ooh, Cuphead too.
And in the meantime, if you ever find yourselves in a scrape, I'm just one cookie bite away.
Aw, poor Miss Chalice.
Besides, who needs a wonder tot when they can have two new best pals instead? Aww.
Think. The epilogue. I feel like we kind of killed him. We destroyed his heart. Like, it's kind of like, how did he live? I guess serving trial is worse. All I got was community service? I mean, I guess really, what did he do? I mean, he tried to steal somebody's soul, but didn't really do anything. That was really good DLC.
He's washing.
This is really cute. I kind of wish they did this in the real game. Community service was playing checkers? What kind of community service is that? Oh, Mr. Saltbaker is getting reformed. He's actually chill now. Aw, grand reopening. Okay, I guess that was a really sick commentary on the prison industrial complex, which, you know what, I appreciate, I guess.
And with that, we had completely finished the regular mode content in this game. But of course, we've still got so much more to do between our expert mode clears, getting every A rank, P rank the levels, not to mention a bunch of other achievements the Cuphead team added on Steam. First up, it was time to track down those 2 missing coins to buy out the last of Porcrine's supply. There's just one sitting over here on Inkwell Isle 2, and another one here on Isle 3. Then finally one more over here in Inkwell Health. This gives us the final coin in the game, and lets me buy the final weapon from Porcrine's shop, Chaser. Now, I've sort of been alluding to this for a while now, and I kind of talked about it with the Cala Maria and the robot, but by this point in the playthrough, I got pretty good at this game. I mean, it wasn't like I could go pro or anything, but I feel like somewhere around my Bon Bon expert mode cleared, my skill dramatically improved. And as such, I'm able to scoop the expert mode clear for Sally Stageplay, Werner, Rumor, and Briney in less than 10 minutes each. I don't really have much to say about them all. They were all pretty easy clears. I'm gonna put them all into a little tricky, with the exception of Rumor, who I'll put into tough, because like Grim, I feel like I just had a lot of practice on her. Now, a boss that dramatically changed in how much I struggled with them was the Phantom Express. This went from a boss that I really had no issue with to one that took me over an hour. The biggest problem for me here were the last 2 phases. Like I said during my original run, these lollipops have that electrical attack that can actually be pretty difficult to avoid without Smoke Bomb. And of course, Miss Chalice does not have said Smoke Bomb. I could just switch to Cuphead, but by now, my muscle memory is so built up for Miss Chalice that I didn't even want to take the chance. So now you actually have to move the cart each time the attack's fired off, which makes this fight definitely a step up in difficulty. It wouldn't be too hard to move it, but they've like tripled the amount of ghosts that are are sent at you, and as such makes threading 2 parry dashes in there much harder. Eventually, I come up with a strategy to bring Super 1 and save it for this phase. The second a lollipop appears, you just hardcore commit, fire off Super 1, and then spam spread jump, and then you just deal with a single lollipop the rest of the time. This makes this phase much easier, and lets me head into the final phase with high HP, and even another super to fire off, which is also good here as the heart is way above you. Also accidentally went the extra mile here, because I know that we need to A rank every single stage, and since I got an A-, I figured I need to redo it until I got an A or higher. Turns out A- counts as A, loser mentality if you ask me, but whatever, I got an S rank here just for the love of the game. Now back to P ranks, we've got Rugged Ridge, and here I learn of a pretty big exploit that's going to massively help me in the last 2 levels. There's no time limit in any of these levels, as long as you get there without killing any enemies. As such, if we equip Divine Relic, we can just sit here and wait, as the coffee effect will slowly raise our super meter. This way, we can use Super 2 on Cuphead, which is invincibility, to just rush to the end of the level. And since we're obviously not shooting at all in this level, it completely negates the downside of Divine Relic. While most of the P ranks were pretty easy, barely an inconvenience, honestly, this last one in Perilous Piers is oh so much harder. In fact, it takes me longer than all the other P ranks combined. This level starts out pretty boring with just some simple sea urchins and fish to dodge, but ramps up in difficulty once we reach the docks. You see, there's this lobster that runs back and forth on the docks. His hitbox is gigantic and he moves insanely fast, so you're nearly guaranteed to take damage. The second problem area is right after in this stupid freaking octopus section. I cannot express to you the rage I have for the P rank of this part. This stupid octopus takes so ungodly long, and you just have to sit here waiting while these shrimp endlessly fly at you and you have no recourse. Oh my god, you're just on this thing for a good 2 minutes. And even the invincibility strat isn't a perfect fit here, as yes, you can sit here and wait for your super to be up, but it doesn't last the entirety of the stretch, meaning you have to, actually get good. These stupid shrimp are so frustrating, and it's what makes this level so hard. The octopus needs to be constantly parried, otherwise he'll start to stink. But since I'm using the Divine Relic, I have Whetstone, which means I need to be incredibly careful, else I accidentally kill one of the shrimp near my axe spin. I do learn of an additional tip here that will help me with this level. For whatever reason, enemies that can be parried are not counted against the P rank requirement and can be killed. I'm not sure why this is. I guess they're like second-class citizens and not considered true enemies, or maybe, they weren't trying to hurt us this whole time. They weren't enemies. They were actually our friends. Morals aside, this is extremely helpful, as we can abuse this to get up 6 health off of our parries from our included heart ring. So you get as many parries as you can in the beginning section, while also taking as few damage as you can. Then you wait here on the box for your invincibility to be up, go into the next section, avoiding that lobster with the stupid hat as much as you can. Then when you finally get to this boat, you wait for invincibility again and head over to the octopus. Then you get down on both knees, clasp your hands together, and freaking pray, because it's the only way we're getting through this, brother. My winning run was actually kind of insane too. I'm down to 2 HP with a while to go, so I pop my invincibility and just pray it'll be long enough. Apparently this also gives you auto parries, parrying all the shrimp in my path, which gives me the 3rd tick on my heart ring, bringing me to 3 health. I immediately lose both of those pieces of health and smoke bomb to the end before completely throwing this run away. With that, I had now P-ranked every single run and gun level in the game, but simply earning an achievement is not enough for me, as if I head over to that freaking turtle that sent me on this journey in the first place, he'll give me my reward, which is a filter I can put over the game to make it look like an old-fashioned Steamboat Willie cartoon. Honestly, really cute. I will never ever use this in my life, but I appreciate the effort. Next up, it's time to head back on over to Inkwell Hell, as we've got lots to do here. First off, we need to knock off one of the few remaining Steam achievements off our list, and that's to beat a boss entirely with mini plane bullets. And now, of course, the easiest way to do this would be on one of King Dice's mini bosses. There are only 2 plane bosses in the gauntlet, in Fear Lap and Mr. Chimes, and I just cannot imagine that constantly switching between my big form to parry the cards would go well for me in the Chimes fight, so Fear Lap it is. Now, even though you can do this on regular mode instead of expert, it is still tough, as your mini plane bullets do like next to no damage. I tried just raw dogging this a few times and get overwhelmed and die within minutes. So in order to win, I'm gonna need as much buffer on my side as possible. And so I formulated my very own custom strategy, olive farming. You see, the best way to get more HP would of course be using heart ring. And if we can nail all 3 of those down without getting hit, and make sure that the space we land on has a heart on it by hard resetting, we could go into Fear Lap with 7 HP. Now, of the 4 bosses before Fear Lap, the only 2 bosses with parryable objects are Pip and Dot and the Tipsy Troop. The Tipsy Troop are obviously the easier of the 2, and additionally, you can make this really easy on yourself by taking out the other 2 glasses. This can be achieved after killing the rum, standing here with spread so you only hit whiskey. This will keep the Martini alive. And Martini's only attack is summoning these olives, and of course, that gives us sometimes parryable attacks. This lets us head into Fear Lap with a glorious 7 HP, giving us way more error room. And I'm kind of glad I did this challenge before the expert mode run, as I was way out of practice on my dice rolling, and many times took my glorious 7 HP into a fun little romp with this stupid freaking rabbit. It takes a while to get everything set up, but once I actually do, it was finally time to take this boss down and get out of here.
Oh god. Not my brightest moment.
Okay, it takes another 30 minutes to get this set up again, but this time I actually do remember to shrink before I attack. And in the end, I finished with 3 HP remaining anyway, meaning I only actually needed 1 extra heart, and all this additional effort was worthless. Great, now while we're here, we might as well take on the expert mode version of King Dice, and because of the way the parries are in his final phase, I have to play as Cuphead. Hey y'all, Shawnee from editing here. I actually just looked this up, and apparently Miss Chalice can clear out the cards by doing this. That just like doesn't seem like it could work, but I guess it does. But I still played as Cuphead here. I've updated my route since my original attempt though. This time I bring Crackshot and Spread and start with chips, then hit Pip, and then 8-Ball. Crackshot is really good into all these bosses, making you take a lot less risk, to the point where I'm able to head into King Dice with 6 HP, that I immediately somehow lose on his first round of cards. God, I am so washed. But using the power of Crackshot, I easily take out the Dice Man and secure myself the win. I know a lot of people find King Dice easy, but I really struggled with him here, so I'm throwing him into the he should be easy but I suck right next to Phantom Express. But now it was on to the moment I've been dreading since I started on these expert mode runs in the first place. It was time to finally tackle the dreaded lane modes. Let's go easiest to hardest on these ones. The easiest of the plane levels, which is by no means an easy standard, is definitely Djimmi. This is on account of his pillar section being pretty swift once you get the hang of it, and being able to entirely skip the coffin section. If you just position yourself up here and fire bombs, it is literally impossible for you to get hit. This lets you save your super, letting you decimate through phases, landing him in just the tough category. Next up, we've got Cala Maria. This is so stupid. Look at this. Why did she have so many heals? This is already pure RNG. Why did you have to add more to it? Just fire off as many EX shots as you can in that tunnel, and that part is pure torture. Straight into really hard. Next up is our old friend Dr. Kahl's robot. Honestly, this should probably be higher up, as the first phase is so awful. They added so many more projectiles, so many more bombs. The arm waves fire off like 10,000 lasers, dear lord. For whatever reason though, I entered a flow state and got this done in 15 minutes because I knew I was running out of time for this video. Straight into really hard. Then we got Hilda Berg. Bro, Hilda Berg is top 5 hardest expert mode bosses in the game, if you're not counting the DLC. Yeah, this fight just sucks so much. I'm not gonna say any more to avoid repeating myself, but Jesus Christ, why did they overcook this one? Then we've got the Devil. Yes, I'm being serious. In the actual base game of Cuphead, the Devil is only the second hardest boss. Being Miss Chalice here helps so much though, with tons of attacks like having a double jump for the clapping hands, the parry dash for the ear bombs, and both of them are extremely helpful for the final phase. Now, there's only a single non-DLC boss remaining, the most difficult expert mode boss in the game, and this one came out of absolute left field, but it's Wally freaking Warbles. What the hell is this? This is freaking insane.
Jesus. No! How would you ever avoid that? What the flip? I hate him!
Hate this man.
Hate this guy.
Are you serious? How long is this?
Oh my god. Just go kill him, please! Please, die! Oh my god, I hate that phase.
Please.
Damn!
To a goddamn boot.
I hate him so much.
These stupid eggs.
How long is this fight? Jesus Christ! What the hell was that last phase?
What are you doing? Yeah, remember that stupid chicken from like 20 hours ago that we all definitely forgot about? For some insane reason, they just cooked the absolute hell out of this thing. Just torched him to 4 billion degrees. Okay, first of all, his first phase with the eggs, what the hell is this? First of all, he fires these eggs like a cop fires a gun, just spreads them everywhere without a second thought. These are 100% the things you'll be taking the most damage from in this fight, as they break off into 5 eggshell pieces. I cannot express to you how annoying this attack is. The best strategy I found for this phase is to just try and line yourself directly under the eggs as they're shot, but this can sometimes be difficult with how quickly he sprays out his shot. The second phase is pretty much completely unchanged. Just make sure you don't go into mini plane mode, as otherwise you won't be dealing consistent enough damage. But what elevates this phase into an entirely new level is the third phase. This stupid freaking bird brain kid is the bane of my existence. I just want to push this little turd straight out of his nest and break all his bones. These goddamn eggs he surrounds himself with are just so annoying. It makes it so you can't get a hit on him at all. Like 1 in every 5 shots are connecting, so it just artificially extends the length of this phase. This, combined with the way in which he flies around the screen, makes it almost impossible to get a hit on him. You're just constantly threading the needle trying not to get hit, so literally no damage is being done. So make sure you just save your super for this phase and then just freaking pray for the rest. The final phase is still as infuriating as it was before, mostly on account of those god dang pills.
Holy crap, last phase, 4 HP. Has the goat still got it? Dang it, the blunder. Come on, no! Please! I died! How?
Oh, the pills. It takes me 2.5 straight hours of attempts, but I eventually managed to pick up a victory. I just want to thank the Lord above for Heart Ring, or I guess the Heart Ring properties of Divine Relic, because without it, I would have absolutely have been cooked here. The 3 additional HP for essentially doing nothing is a lifesaver. With that, we've now finished up everything we need to do on the main island, and we've only got the DLC left. First, let's talk about this giant. Now, this one took me almost no time at all, because I learned about how his last phase worked. It's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I think I was calling this a uvula before, but now that I look at it again, it's definitely not a uvula. In fact, I have no idea what this could even be. Like, maybe a piece of the stomach. Villi? You guys remember those from biology? Anyway, his bump will drop 2 different types of projectiles. Chicken leg and bone. When he fires the chicken leg, the bone croc will disappear. And when he fires a bone, that's when those little permeable tentacle things come out. So really, all you're doing is watching the bump throws, acting accordingly, and making sure to dodge the darts from the gnome. That makes this so much easier to understand and get this clear in under 2 minutes. I'm putting this into the can give you some trouble category. Next up, we've got the Howling Aces. The first phase here can be a little tricky, but becomes leagues easier once I start being able to read his behaviors. The one that's really tripping me up is the third phase. Honestly, the combination of the controls being flipped and never feeling like I have the space to be able to jump from this onslaught of dog balls just annihilates me. But on one of my attempts, something very strange happens. I'm doing this second phase like normal, but I'm trying out using Crackshot, which is having much worse results here than Roundabout. It's like doing no damage to everything. And then...
What the heck is that? I never even seen that move before. What? What's going on? Oh, what is this? What the hell? What? What in the actual hell is going on? I'm so confused. What the actual hell? What? Huh? What is this? What happened to the upside down section? I'm so confused. What is going on? There's a secret phase to this boss battle? Am I doing this wrong? I feel like I'm doing no damage. Oh. Okay. Sure. What the hell was that? Well, it worked, you know? I've never seen that before. I don't even know what I did. I don't want to look at the footage. So apparently, this was because I left all of the jetpack dogs alive, but damaged them enough that all their jetpack smoke turned gray, which triggered the boss's secret phase. Apparently, a few bosses have secrets like this, but the chances of you just randomly stumbling upon them are so small that I haven't encountered many. I'm honestly surprised I was able to win without ever having done that before. I feel like this boss still earns its spot in Can Give You Some Trouble, though. Next up is Moonshine Mob. This boss is definitely the easiest on the entire island. The biggest thing I learned here is you can make the second phase essentially free if you just stand on the middle layer and fire roundabout shots. Then when the music waves come out at you, you just dodge roll through them. This way you don't need to go onto the bottom layer and deal with all the barrels they send at you. The hardest phase is still the anteater one, as the bug balls move way faster, have a lot more health, and now there can even be 2 on screen at once. And the opportunities to damage him are much more limited. I do manage to clear the fight, but unfortunately we're not done here, as there's a Steam achievement for achieving an S rank on one of the DLC bosses. And with this being the easiest one, we gotta go for it here. On my very first gunning for the S rank, I actually nearly had it in the bag, but then during the freaking snail phase of all times, I get too excited and try to rush, causing me to take a hit. But after about 10 more minutes of trying, I managed to secure it. Having the extra hit as chalice definitely helps a lot. This boss gets thrown into a little tricky. Okay, now it's time to take on the boss that I've been avoiding this whole time, Mortimer Freeze, who is very hard. Now, pretty much all of Mortimer's attacks are tough, so let's go through them all. In the first phase, he only has 2 attacks you need to worry about. The first is these stupid goddamn icicles. You will spawn 4 of these annoying buggers on the ground around you. These things are straight up the devil reborn. Not only will they hit you on the way down, they trap you, so you need to spend time killing them, and the ones you don't waddle around on the ground to do even more damage to you. It wouldn't be uncommon for me to take 2 separate hits to a single one of his icicle blasts. Now, while you're trying to dodge that, most of the time, he'll whip out this giant freaking whale and just nails you over the head with it. This takes up like half the damn screen, and you know what? Honestly, now that I'm seeing it back in the edit, it looks like really easy to dodge, but just trust me, it's not, okay? It's not. He's also got these cards you can throw, but like, they don't matter, because if you actually manage to get hit by one of these, you just suck, and you need to go back to like Freddy freaking Fish or something. The next phase is definitely Mortimer's easiest once you get the hang of it, but honestly, that is easier said than done, as it takes me a bit to learn all his cues, and I got hit by this rolling attack like 1 too many times. Also, I haven't really talked about this anywhere else. One of the biggest things that helped me improve my gameplay in these boss fights is using way more EX moves. Honestly, supers in this game are pretty trash, with the exception of the shield that Miss Chalice has, but even that one, a lot of the time, I'd rather just fire off some EXs and speed through the phase. Mortimer's final phase is pretty tricky in and of itself, with him launching you into the air and turning into this giant snowflake that shoots his eye out of his face, and it flies around with all this like electrical power in a loop, and now only hearing that out loud am I realizing how absurd this all is. Despite how hard this boss is, I'm able to pick up a kill in just 30 minutes, and even get an A rank, still putting him in the really hard tier. Now, we've only got 2 bosses left, and for my money, these are the 2 most difficult expert mode clears in the game. First up is our good old friend Esther Winchester. This first phase is absolutely killer. The dynamite fires way more shards in expert mode, and she fires off a ton more ink bottle shots. This combined with the stupid freaking flying donkey who always shoots bullets just makes it easy to get shredded in this phase. Now, the second phase I actually end up getting pretty dang good at. Just stay in the middle of the screen and look to the left and you'll most of the time be fine. But the last 2 phases are very rough. The third is definitely the toughest of the 2, so we're going to want to use our super here. And since we're using Divine Relic, we can actually use a pretty cool trick to almost completely
skip this phase. Unlike Cuphead's grounded super, the super in the air actually does provide a few invincibility frames. With this in mind, we can fire off the super and then use our invincible time to hit them with a few whetstone attacks. These attacks do pretty dang good damage and will allow us to almost entirely skip this phase. The final phase though is just rough. While you're trying to thread through the sausages, these peppers just keep shooting down at you, which is very difficult to dodge. This fight in general is honestly kind of tough to get the 6 parries you need to heal up with heart rate. This one took me a good 90 minutes, most of that time spent dying in the 4th phase.
Holy crap, did I just S-rank that?
I don't know if that was 2 minutes, but
That was almost an S rank.
yeah, I was 3 seconds off of S rank. Oh well. Now, we've only got 1 boss left, but before that, we've got 2 remaining Steam achievements we need to knock out real quick. First up, we need to beat a boss on Inkwell Isle 4 without killing any of their minions. This is very difficult as pretty much all of them have tons of minions, with some of them even being required to kill, with the exception of Esther Winchester. The only one she has is this donkey in the first phase. I am also able to complete this on simple mode, which apparently is some baby boy mode they put in this game for babies, but I never used it because I'm a true gamer. Our final achievement is to collect 9 HP at a single time. Now, 9 is a tall order, and my only thought to collect this was to use Heart Ring on King Dice, get 3 parries and all 3 hearts without ever getting hit. Thankfully, there is a much easier solution to this. If you spin around in a circle a bunch on the overworlds, you can actually access a feature called Game Djimmi. This is in case you're really struggling with a certain boss, as it gives you 4 extra HP. When combined with Twin Heart, this gives us the 9 HP needed to snag our final achievement. Also, this can't be used on expert mode, and even if it could, I wouldn't want to use it because what's the fun in that? Now, with all that out of the way, it was finally time to take on the hardest boss in Cuphead. And you know how I know this boss is hard? Because you need to use Chaser of all things. Yes, hitting Chef Saltbaker's hitbox is so hard that the best strategy is just to use Chaser. We haven't talked about Chaser at all in this video because this is my first time using it. It's basically just a low damage homing attack. It does ever so slightly more damage than an uncracked crack shot, but the possibility of you hitting the uncracked version is just so low that you're better off using Chaser here. But far worse than having to use literally the worst weapon in the game is the fact that they added a second fire wisp thing. Why would they do that? But honestly, I don't really have that much more to say about this. It's like the first Chef Saltbaker fight, but a lot harder. More stuff to dodge, faster attacks, more health. This boss is really frustrating, but honestly, can you be all that mad when this is just so dang well designed? I mean, I don't really think I talked enough about that the first time. The animations they added for this boss and all the bosses in the DLC are just absolutely stunning. And as we finish up this game, that's really what I want to focus on. I know I exaggerate and act like I'm being tortured in all these videos, but this game was just really fun and challenging front to back without being frustrating. The way everyone talks about it, I thought it was going to be like on the level of Celeste, but it's not even close to that level of difficulty. In total, the game only took me about 40 hours, which is about how long my Hollow Knight 112% took. But Chef Saltbaker took a couple of years off my life for sure. So yeah, this game rocks, and I hope people keep making beautiful games with heart and soul like this one. And with that, here's my winning run on the hardest boss in all of Cuphead.
Okay, there goes my heart. Oh no, absolutely not! Heart. No. Come on. Yes! 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 I did it! Oh my god, it's over. Holy crapola.
That's officially 300% and all the Steam achievements of Cuphead. And for getting A ranks on every single level, you can go back to the tuning fork and grab ourselves a new vintage filter, which, you know, looks cool. So this was all worth it in the end. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what game I should 100% next, and bye!